Welcome back, everybody, to the True Crime Cafe. Great to see you guys tonight. Heads up, right out of the gate. Tonight, guys, is going to be a little bit different than what we normally do. Giving everybody a heads up right here and now. I'm going to become a little dramatic because I have to explain a bunch of bullshit that's been put out on my part against me. So I need to bring out the truth and explain it, and I owe that to the people that have supported this channel and everybody else. I have no qualms doing that, no problems doing that whatsoever. So for those of you that are here in support of me, thank you. For those of you that are here not in support of me, thank you. Either way, guys, once we get through this, that's the last time I'm going to speak on it, and I'm going to move on with my life and do what I do. The real reasons why I'm here, as it'll be explained, and that's to continue to be a voice for the victims of the crimes that I look at and talk about, so on and so forth. So once again, thank you all for joining me. Please hit the like button when you come in, share it out. As always, I appreciate the Blue Crew being here and the mods. I am going to ask everybody once to respect the mods and what they do, and if you don't, you will be removed. I don't expect anybody to be acting any specific way, is all I'm saying, other than what we normally do. Let's get this show on the road, everybody. And again, thank you all so very much for being here. All right. Welcome back, everybody, again to the True Crime Cafe. I am Mr. Dago. It's great to have you guys here tonight. A different circumstance than what we normally do, but it's something that needs to be done. Again, I have no problems doing it. I have not been avoiding it. I'm sorry, my wife was ill for the past 2 days, and I hate to say this, and it's not meant disrespectfully, but she is more important than any of this shit, this bullshit, because it is. I'm going to excuse myself up front and beforehand, because I'm probably going to say some words that I normally don't say, sadly. And this is probably going to be somewhat dramatic, folks, and I just, this is not my forte. I don't typically do this kind of stuff, but, and I cannot spell for shit every time I do a title. Sorry, folks. So I'll have to fix that too. But anyway, that's what it's going to be about today. I don't know if there's any time after I'm done. Maybe we'll talk about something else, but I doubt it. A very good friend of mine, a very good person, my absolutely first ever moderator, first ever subscriber is going to be joining me tonight to speak on the characters of some of the people, because I could say anything to you guys and you wouldn't know. You know what I mean? You guys don't know this person. So this person is somebody that a lot of you don't know. Some of you do know Dan Faux Popper, but some of you don't. He's going to be speaking to the character of some of the people that have been saying some of this stuff. Some of the other people that have been putting out their own stuff have been taking information from those people. So again, to explain who these people are and why nobody should ever look at anything they put out as being real or serious. So that's why we're going to be joined by this. Again, I want to, again, thank my Blue Crew for being here. And I'm going to ask everybody once and only once to please be respectful of them. They're not going to be removing people for just anything. People have the right to ask questions, and I will answer those questions. But nobody's going to come in here being disrespectful, nasty, ignorant to anybody in here, let alone the moderators, folks. That's just how it is, and that's all there is to it. So, Mr. Dan, or I'm sorry, Faux Popper will be joining me here shortly once I get into my intros and everything like that. So thank you guys again for being here. Again, the people that are here to support me, thank you so very much. God bless, and I appreciate each and every one of you from the deep depths of my heart. And the people that are here to not support me, thank you. I appreciate you as well. Maybe not such a deep appreciation, but I still appreciate you. So thank you for being here. That is what it's going to be, guys. And I do have some things to show. Little bit of documentation, the best I could do, because I don't save papers and this and that and bullshit about things that I don't think are important. But that's part of what I'm going to be doing here. So come on in, everybody. Get comfortable as you can in here. It's not going to be a fun stream. I'm going to warn everybody ahead of time. And for those of you that don't like drama, this may become a little bit dramified, guys. And I know we don't do drama in here usually. This is the exception to the rule. I do have occasionally some things that you have to speak on it, guys. You have to get out in front of things. You have to explain things before they get spread out all over the place like nasty, rotten butter, if that makes any sense. So, let's see here. Just give me a few minutes to make sure that we get people in here that want to be in here. And I don't want to start. I'm not doing this more than once because I don't do this stuff. I hate this stuff. I used to do this stuff, and I stopped doing it for a reason. It's just not my forte. So come on in, guys. If you would at least, if you could at least hit that like button for me, that I would appreciate very, very much. Because since everybody else has been doing streams about me, I'm going to do a stream about me too, and I would like everybody to see it. So the only way to do that is put this up in the algorithm. That's all. Okay, sorry. Come on in, guys. And again, I'll be honest, guys. I'm not comfortable. My blood pressure's up. I'm just stressed the fuck out about all of this. So if I get stuttery or shitty or weird, that doesn't mean anything other than the fact that this isn't what I do. And I'm not happy about this scenario. And it's angered me. It's upset myself, my family, my friends, the team that I have here behind me, all of it. And it's just not right. So even this, guys. So my apologies for that. Besides all that, I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope everybody in here, I'm going to put a link in the chat. It's for one person and one person alone. I don't want anybody jumping chat, trying to jump backstage, whatever. I don't need a ton of people in here for this. I have one person joining me tonight until after the fact. We'll see what happens after that. But this link is only for one person as of right now. And I would appreciate the respect of only that one person grabbing this link. And that's one other thing I'm going to say to you. I do not expect, because you'll be banned immediately if you disrespect my guest. Oh, okay. So I have two of my guests, special guests possibly in here. If Faux Popper is going to be joining me, if Morticia's feeling up to it, she's welcome to join me as well. These are two of my very good friends and people that I owe so much to because they helped me to build to who I am. I'll just put it that way. So I see now Morticia's in here. Let's see who we got in here real quick, guys, and then we'll get rolling. SRB's back in the house. Good to see you tonight. Molly Drake, always a pleasure. Aesop's Fables. Hey. Michelle Weddle, welcome to you. Brady B, the OG in the house. Lovey, Miss Kathleen, welcome to you. Bling, welcome back to you. The Evil Queen, Morticia's in the house. This is another one of my guests again. Steve Billings, hello and welcome. Arctic Fox, my brother, good to see you. Sunshine's in the house. Good to have you here. Good to see you. Sunshine. Mystic Butterfly, welcome back to you. Little Miss Sunshine and True Friends. Let's see here. Miss Zelda, welcome back. Good to have you here. Again, that goes to all of the Blue Crew. Aaron B, welcome to you, my brother. Good to see you. Susbusters, welcome back to you. Mr. Jeffrey H. Hell, I could bring Jeff up here to attest to certain things because he's been through this with me at some point too. Miss Bonnie, good to see you tonight, my dear. Welcome back. Great to see you as always. Miss Sherry Wisdom Speaks in the house as well. Chainsaw B, hello. Crazy Linda, welcome back to you. Good to see you tonight. Moni in the middle, welcome back. Thank you for those of you that are from over the pond. I appreciate you joining me tonight as well. We always appreciate all of our UKers and our Aussies in the house. Thank you guys for joining me. Hope Floats, Miss Val's in the house. Thank you for being here. Cynthia IGG, welcome back to you. Death Grips, welcome. Good to see you. Walt Harris in the house. Welcome, Walt. My own personal troll. Good to have you here, my friend, as always. Let's see, guys. Penny Monroe, hello and welcome. All right. Just got to do a little house cleaning tonight, everybody. It has to happen from time to time. Sassy Italian in the house. Hello. Great to see you. Stina Billings. Chaz D, hello. I know, Morty. I'm sorry to hear that, hon. That's why you don't have to be here. I hope you're doing okay. Like I said, I don't want you to put yourself out. Just get yourself better. That's not good. And I hope you do feel better soon, Morty. I really do. Kaylee, hello. Peaches 81, welcome. Good to see you. Oh, no problem, Morticia. You know I love you, dear. Carrito MVP, good to see you. We don't get to speak much, me and these two people in here, but they know they're my heart. They're in my heart, both of them. So, all right. I think I got everybody. Emerald Skies, good to see you. Mr. Popopper, sir, how are you tonight?
What's going on?
How are you, brother? Good to see you. Unfortunately, under these circumstances, it's not always good, but thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate you very much.
I mean, no problem. I think I told you I don't really mess around with the YouTube shit all that much, but I mean, I do have some people that send me stuff quite often, so I kind of a little bit abreast of what's going on.
Of course. For the rest of you that are in here, we do have Steve Billings is the creator that owns the Asylum channel. He did a live stream. I think it was last night or the night before. He's in the chat as well, reviewing, I guess, according to what he said. That way everybody knows who that is, because I know there's going to be questions. And Morticia, thank you. She says, we love you, Dago. We may not talk every day, but you're still part of our family. And absolutely, Morty, I feel the same way. And I thank you for that, man. I really do. Miss Cassie, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Give me just a minute, guys. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Peaches 81. No reason to be nervous, Peaches. No reason at all. Captain Jenks in the house, my friend. Good to see you tonight. For those of you again that are here to support me, God bless and thank you very much. You know I love you guys. And for those of you that aren't, thank you for very much for being here. I appreciate that very much as well. Miss Mama Bear is in the chat. She worked today, so she's not gonna be joining us. Miss Terry Martin, hello. So to start off real quick, so that everybody understands who the gentleman next to me is. This, again, was my very first subscriber on my channel, my very first moderator, because when I first started, I had no idea what the hell I was doing. Mr. Popper started roughly the same time I did. We both watched YouTube for a couple years. I'm going to say for a few years before we decided to join YouTube. And I'm not trying to speak for him. I'm just saying what I know. He can say his own piece if he chooses. I'll explain it, Morty. No problem, dear. Anyway, excuse me. So there was a bunch of stuff going on in another part of YouTube. We'll put it that way. Not the true crime community where we're supposed to be at now, but another part of YouTube. I call it the drama community. That's where I got my start. That's where it came from. Where I came from, I'm sorry. Where I met up with these great people here, Morticia and Mr. Popper, and quite a few other good people that I met over there. Very good.
Got Pookie in chat.
Pookie's in the house. There's another one right there I'm talking about. This was part of the original crew that I started with. Pookie was another one that supported me that I can't say nothing, but I love these people, guys. I love these people. They're great people. They really are. They may come from a community or a part of YouTube that's not the greatest, as people call it, because it's all drama, but they're great people. They're amazing people, okay? And they are part of my community, my heart, and my soul, because it's where I come from. End of story, okay? We all started in what's called the AGP community. We were all youngins at one point. The Angry Grandpa channel is where we all come from initially. We watched the show, and it just was one of them great shows that we all kind of come together watching. And then a bunch of other things that I'm just not going to get into because it has nothing to do with this came through that, okay? This is how we met these people, or I met these people and became close to them. Steve Billings, for instance, was part of, at one point, the crew that we didn't care for. They're called Guest Mob, where we started, so on and so forth. And he separated from them at some point, started his own thing, and does that to this day, which is the Asylum channel I was telling you about, and so on and so forth. Go ahead, Dan.
Nah, I'm laughing at Pookie. Pookie said we're from the ratchet side of YouTube.
I was trying. I'm not trying to say that, but
it's the truth. It's the truth.
It is true, but there's still very good people, folks. That's all I'm saying. There's a lot of good people from over there, and that's just, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you, Pookie. So now I have a couple people in here with me as well. Part of my team is Brandy. I call her Brandy B, the OG, because she's the OG. She came with me as well from over there and followed me for the past 3 years. She's still here. She's part of my team. She's a very important part of the moderation team, so on and so forth. She's been through this, and she's one of the reasons why I got involved in what I did over there. So I'm going to try to shorten this down. I want to make this into a whole thing, but what has been going on recently is that I've been through this twice before, different circumstances, different type of thing, but the same thing at the same time, where I'm accused of different things and grifting and conning and things like that. Okay. Now, again, just to reiterate, what I did over there when I first started was, in a sense, standing up against bullying, I guess is the best way to put it. Internet bullying, or whatever you want to call it, the way it was. It's hard to explain it because it's really strange. And that's what I really wanted to do. You know, I watched people do things to other people that I didn't like. And I'm like, why does this happen? What do you do about this? What happens with this? Blah, 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 blah. What do you do? So you see other people that they start their channels up. They tell you, start a channel, make noise, talk about it, do something. That's the kind of thing. That's what we did. If YouTube had a ghetto, then we came from the projects. Yeah, I would say that's true. So I decided to do that just as Dan had done it, because he got tired of seeing and hearing certain things that nobody was doing anything. YouTube wasn't doing anything. It was just being allowed to be what it was. Unfortunate. Okay. And I'm not going to say that I didn't accomplish what I wanted to do over there, because I did in some sense. Maybe not to the full extent. I'm nobody. I'm a nobody. You know what I mean? I'm a nobody. Nobody knows who I am except for you guys. And that's okay. And it's like I said, at some point I did what I could do. And my wife said, you know, why don't you do something you like instead of this ridiculous drama stuff? She goes, I know there's good people and I know you guys love each other, blah, 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 but why don't you do what you're doing? So we all kind of stepped back a little bit, and I moved over this way, started doing this. I know Morty stepped back, Dan Faux Popper stepped back. I don't know why I keep doing that. And a few other people kind of stepped back away from the limelight of that crap, and we just kind of backed up. That's all. Welcome, Mark and Betty. Good to see you. Cracklin Rosie. Welcome. So again, that's where my start came from. That's how I ended up on YouTube. And let's try and explain how and where I ended up in the true crime community area. That was it. So I started seeing all these horrible cases and stuff that we cover in here and what's going on with them. Gabby Petito, Summer Wells, Hallie Rodney. And it's like, good God, this is ridiculous. And mainstream media is just not good news at all. It's you guys know that are in here. A lot of it's scripted. It's bullshit. So the people on YouTube, in my opinion, are the voice for the voiceless, as I called it. The victims that succumb to these crimes have no voice at some point, and that's what we do as YouTubers in true crime, in my opinion. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing or what you believe you're supposed to be doing, that's why I came here to do. That's what I wanted to do. I've been mesmerized by true crime my whole life. I have an experience in my life to a very close friend that brought me to this as well, that lost his life in a bad way. So that's one of the reasons why I'm here. Not to mention I've always been involved in mystery and crime and all that my whole life. It's just been my thing. So anyway, my channel grew, continued to grow slowly. It's been 2-3 years total, and I hit 10,000. Amazing. And I owe that to everybody here and then some. I could have never done it without any of these people. Now I'm going to show everybody a couple things here real quick. When I first started over there, things like this were told to me. This is what you should do. You should run your cash apps and your cash links and this and that. And you put them on your screen and you run it across there. I'm not running these. I don't want anybody donating to this, guys. I'm telling you right now, please don't. That's something that will never happen again. I'm done with it. I'm done with it for one main reason, because that is the main thing that causes the drama in any channel, on any platform of anybody, and on YouTube, period. And it's money. Okay. I am a monetized channel. I do receive a very minimal amount of money every month from YouTube. It's nothing to do much with, I can promise you that. And at point in time, I do get donations from those links, because that's how I was taught just to run my channel. And I did it. And I see multiple other creators that do it as well. There's a lot of creators that aren't monetized, that choose not to do that, that will not do that, that don't believe in doing that. And I respect that 100%. I've had a couple of very wise people point some things out to me that made a good point with me with that stupid little banner and this and that and everything else. So be it. I don't mind it. I don't mind not collecting from those at all. Okay. It's truly not the reason why I came to true crime. It really isn't. It's nice to be able to have that to help maintain what you're doing. Very true. Welcome, Leslie. So anyway, but I don't need it. I just don't need it. I don't want. I mean, of course I need it, but I don't want it. Okay, because I don't want the bullshit that comes right along with it. So I'm done with it.
Can I say something real quick?
Please do. Please do. Go ahead.
But you're doing something that most other content creators that you know in our neck of the woods does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
A lot of it.
Yeah. I mean, and that's I'll get into that a little bit more about some of the people that do that, but I don't necessarily think that asking for support, if to help pay your StreamYards, to pay your, help keep your internet bill up, I don't see anything wrong with that.
And I never did either. That's what it truly was. And I appreciate you for saying that, Dan, because I've advertised when I see those guys. This is to help pay my StreamYard bill, to pay my internet, my YouTube premium, whatever I need to do to run this. That's what it's for. That's what it's always been for when I get anything through it. And guys, just because those links are streaming, understand something. That doesn't mean people are always hitting them. That doesn't mean there are people always donating to them. And I have gotten donations that I'm very, very grateful for, but not every day. I'm live every day. There's been times when I've gone full weeks without nothing. It's not a big deal to me, but it does happen. And that was how I was taught. What Dan just said was the reason why I started doing it to begin with, because of that. Now I'll get to this too, guys. Now everybody knows I'm unemployed, and everybody has known that since I started. I applied for disability a couple years back because I got hurt a long time ago, hurt my back. I tried to work other jobs after I left, when I was working in the fire service and whatnot. My doctor said, finally, just do this. My wife pushed me to do it, do that, so on and so forth. So I went and applied for disability. And I was doing okay with it. I was denied the first time, which they said is normal. Second time I reapplied. It went into a whole thing where I got an attorney then and so on and so forth, which I have now. I do not receive disability, regardless of the lies that have been put out. I don't. And I'm going to show you proof of that. Okay. And I know I'm bouncing all over, guys. Like I said, I'm nervous because I don't typically have to do this type of thing. And I'm trying to make sure this is all right for you guys. And I'm telling you everything I need to tell you. That's why. So anyway, so I'm still not approved for disability. I'm in an appeal process, and this was 2.5 years ago that I filed for this. Okay. And I guess this is normal. I was actually denied, and I'll show you real quick here to start off the first letter that I was denied. Right here. Okay. This was my initial denial. And right in this letter, they state, don't lose hope, blah, blah, blah. Dear Joseph John, that's my first and middle name. My last name is Mayoris. First, and while we're talking about that, my channel, I don't know, some idiot said that my channel is in my son's name. That's not true.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because that's something that I was going to bring up, because the same person that said that you are 100% receiving disability income is the same person that said that your channel is not in your name.
Right.
Which I know for a fact that this channel is in Joe's name.
It is. It is absolutely. And Steve Billings knows. Steve has always called me by my first name, which is Joe. Okay. I do have a son that is named after me. His name is not spelled with Joseph. His mother was a little weird and named him Josef, as in Frank. That name is nothing I belong to or nothing I own. Just so you know. So again, I'm gonna read this to you guys for those of you who might not see it. Dear Joseph John, I'm writing to inform you that our system was updated, indicating a reconsideration denial on your Social Security disability income SSDI claim. Your claim is far from over. I encourage you to not become discouraged. Since you have been denied, your claim is now at the hearing level. We want you to know that Premier Disability Services, LLC, is still here to advocate on your behalf. Over the next few weeks, we will contact you with the information that may be required in your particular claim. Please continue to treat with your physician. Keep any updated medical treatment information available so that we can update your claim as needed. Sincerely, case management team. I'm not receiving disability, okay? Just so everybody knows, I'm still fighting to get it. Now, another lie that was told by another idiot was that, and this is why I'm saying calling names and stuff, because I'm really angry that I have to explain this and show this stuff. Because this is, honestly, guys, it's embarrassing to have to put these things out, but I have to do what I have to do, okay? Thank you, Brian, and thank you for joining us. And again, anybody that's here supporting me, God bless, and I appreciate every one of you so very much from the bottom of my heart. My son does not receive disability. My son is 18 years old. My son has no reason why he can't work. He's applied for 5 jobs thus far. He's still in high school. My son is autistic. He's chronic ADHD. He's very high functioning. The child's never received any kind of disability ever. We've never applied for it for him because we didn't need to. The only thing my son receives right now is state Medicaid insurance. He has that. That's it. Okay. Nothing else whatsoever. So that's never been true either. I heard that was put out there that he received it, that I received disability for him. I don't know what that person receives in their life, but I don't. I never have.
Well, my thing is, and honestly, this is why I took a huge step back. I took a huge step back after the whole, you know, David James situation, because I started seeing like stuff being put out there that, like, you know, the person, so the person that I was told that was claiming that you received disability and that your channel isn't, like, how would they have any way of knowing this information?
They don't.
Um,
That's why, you know what I
uh,
mean?
and this person is known for, I'm not going to say lying. I'm just going to say misstating facts, talking about stuff that they have no idea about.
Very much so.
So
Very for
why,
a long time.
why that's being entertained by anybody is beyond me.
Well,
Um,
let me defend that real quick, Dan. Some people do not know who this person is. Okay, they don't know her. They don't know her at all from over here. So they don't know what to expect. Just as much as they didn't know Steve, they didn't know what to expect from that either. They've never seen some of these. I've seen a lot of people say they've never seen or heard of any of these people. I have to defend that side of it there. But at the same time, if you don't know somebody and they're coming out talking about somebody you do know, let's wait and hear what that person has to say before you make a judgment or a decision based on what you've heard. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So again, so this person doesn't know anything about me. I was actually this person's moderator for a long time at one point, and I supported this person because, you know, before I knew about how all this stuff worked. Okay. And when I realized how some things were and how things were turning out, I walked away from that. And that's when I really decided to start my own channel. I moved on to what I'm doing. So that's just to be there, guys. I wanted to make that known. Now, yes, I have received donations, quite a few donations from people over a period of 3 years. I've had a lot of people that have come to me when I've had to explain this before, and there was another person that came at me before by the name of Detective John. A lot of you know that. That's how I was explaining. Jeff knows all about that too. Thank you very much, Bonnie. Now, mind you, I'm explaining this to you guys, and I said this to my mods before the show started, and I'm sticking with this. Welcome, Wayne Kersey. I will not be running cash links in here. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. If somebody wants a link, they ask for a link, they will get a link. Besides that, I'm not doing it, guys. If you want to donate to Cash App, this and that, everything, I'm not going to deny that. That is what keeps me going. I will not advertise it, run it, or any of that anywhere. I won't do it, okay? You ask me for it or a mod for it, you get it. That's it. That's the only way it comes out. And super chats and all the other stuff I have no control over, so that's on you. I'm not going to sit here and talk about it. Now, another mistake I made throughout this is when I made my channel, when I created who I was as a person in here, as a channel creator, I decided at some point after watching multiple YouTube channels that I'm always going to be involved with my people, the people in the chat. And from day one that I started, Dan can attest to this, I've always spoken to them personally as people. I've always acknowledged everybody in here, as you all see at the beginning. I've done that for 3 years, and I'm not going to change that, okay? I've always made the people in the chat important because I remember being on other channels where I was ignored and wasn't important, okay? So I've always interacted, and I've always made everybody or wanted everybody in the chat to feel important, period. At the same time, I've always told people that I'm going to be the same person here that I am in here, because that's another thing. I don't put on airs. I don't put on a show. I'm not playing a character. I'm Joe Mayoris or Dago. That's who I am. You get me one way or another, it's the same person all the way around, and that's always been the way it is. I don't put on some kind of a fucking fake nice guy persona. That's who I really am, unless you really piss me off. And it takes a lot to get to that point. I treat people how I believe that anybody should be treated, and everybody, even people that I don't care for, have always been treated that way with me, with respect to an extent. People that have attacked me, I still treat them with a certain amount of respect, whether I should or not. Welcome, Taylor and Leslie. Thank you for joining us. Leandra, good to see you. Gone Girl Gone. Thank you real quick. Hold on one moment, guys. I'm sorry. Just want to make sure everybody is sassy, Bonnie, girls, Bobo, Moon Lover. Good to see you all. Wayne Kersey. Now, and I'm gonna actually, Wayne, that's another thing. Thank you for making that statement. Because I'm gonna touch on that too real quick. So back to where I was. Sorry, guys, and I know this. I'm not allowed to talk. I'm not supposed to be talking about this because it seems like everybody uses an excuse. I'm actually truly adult ADHD. That's how my son got it. I'm probably on a spectrum too, guys, but we're not allowed to say that because everybody's using it as an excuse now. But it's true facts. If I had to bring documentation to show you, I guess I will. Moving forward. I forget things. Okay. I'm all over the place. I've always been that way, guys. I'm very, very poorly organized because of that kind of stuff. And things get said that are mistaken sometimes for this, that. Things are forgotten, this and that. I'm not perfect. I'm a fucking human being like everybody else is. And I try to give everybody that comes in here the very best experience they can. It's not always the best. It's not always the greatest because I'm not perfect. I just give everybody what I think they deserve. And that's what I've always done. Even in the drama community, I did that. I treated everybody with the same respect, unless I didn't think they deserved it. Welcome, Walt. Good to see you. AMAC talking smack. Welcome. Moving forward. Now, it's been stated recently that I have purposely, the reason why I explained to you guys that I've been real with everybody, talked about my personal life, this and that. This is a mistake I made too, that it will never happen again. I promise that. I've talked about my personal life in here. I've talked about my personal experiences, my downfalls, the things my family's going through, things like that. That's a mistake. I've always done that because I think that's part of being realistic to who you are. When people come in here and look at you and go, what's wrong with you? You don't look right today. Something's not right. I've always tried to hide that for everybody. And I've always tried to put on a positive face. I'm not very good at it, especially with the people that know me, unfortunately. So things get talked about. We have a Discord. You get to be very close with some of the people in your community, the team that works with you, and you have private conversations in the Discord about things all the time, okay? What's going on in your life, so on and so forth, things like that, struggles that you're going through, it becomes a thing. And then one person talks to another, to another, to another, to another. Eventually, it ends up right here. You may not always want it there, but it does. I've been accused of purposely coming out here and trying to make people feel bad for me so that they'll donate to me. And that maybe I misappropriated some of the monies that maybe I don't think misappropriation is the right word, but it went to things that maybe I said it didn't. That's not true. Anything I've ever spoken about that I'm going through that I need money for, if I have, which will, again, never happen again, that's where it's gone, whether it be groceries or something like that. I'm just giving examples, guys. That's where it's gone. Period. This past month, August, I went through a scenario. I was on a program in the state of Ohio called PIP. And what it is it's because I have no income and my wife is the only one working. People can make their whatever they think about that. That's your business. She's working. She works her ass off for her family. She supports our family. And it's amazing. She's an amazing person. So on and so forth, as I'm trying to get this disability to help with that. When my channel became monetized 2 Octobers ago, I think it is now, I started receiving a little bit of an income through YouTube. That little bit of an income, I started helping in my household in any way, shape, or that I could, paying a bill, buying some food, whatever it was, to help my wife out because I haven't been. Because I'm waiting on disability because I was hurt. Then it's been spoken about, well, if you can sit in a chair, why can't you do this, do that? Because I can't do that or it will affect my disability. Okay. That is, again, another issue. People have their feelings about me. That's fine. That's your opinion. I respect that. You don't know everything about what's going on in my life. I do this with my camera a lot, if you guys haven't noticed. On and off, on and off. And I do that because I stand up all the time because I'm in pain all the time. Okay. Sitting here in this chair for a long time, it makes it worse. So I'm constantly shutting my camera off so I can stand up or sit down. Or I do smoke. You guys saw that. And I try to respect other people that have either quit smoking or they don't like smoking. So I try to hide when I'm smoking so that people don't have to see that, out of respect for the community members that come in here. That's why I've always done that. Mostly so I can stand up and move around because my leg goes numb. My left side goes numb. Things like that because of my injury. Moving forward. The donations that I've received have absolutely 100% helped my family. And I'm absolutely 100% grateful for it. I've never came out here and asked people, please donate to me or I'm not doing a live stream. I've never came out here and said, if you don't donate to me, I'm not going live. I've never done things like that. And I see creators do it all the time. Multiple creators, big time creators that have been around for a long time. I don't do that shit. And I won't do that because that's wrong. I don't believe in members only shit for a reason. I don't do members only streams to collect extra money for a reason, because I think everybody in here deserves to be a part of what we're doing. Some people can't afford it, and I understand that. I got rid of a tier on my membership level because it was too high for me. I don't ever expect anybody to pay $25 a month to be a member in this channel. I'm not that special, guys. I never believed I was. I have two levels, $2.99 and $6, I think, or something like $5.99. And the $5.99 one, I think, is too high too. I don't expect people to do that. I've told people before, you don't have to be a member to come in here. I refuse to do members only streams because of that. Like I'm saying, some people just can't afford it. There are people that are in here that have come in here that are on a fixed income that receive disability, whatever it is. Never have I ever expected. And I've told people with the donation scenario, I do not expect you to donate. We never ever expected it, but we do appreciate it. And I've said to people too, if you are on that income, don't donate to me, please. I don't. And if I knew about it, I have sent money back to people that I knew were on a monthly income amount for some reason, because I knew that. And I said, please don't do that. That hurts. That bothers me. Okay. And they've gotten angry with me. I've had people tell me in here, don't tell me what to do with my money, Dago. If I choose to donate to you, that's mine, not yours. Okay. I let it be. I, again, have made friends with people in here just as much as I had called Dan a friend, Morticia a friend. Okay. I would do anything for both of these people. Anything. They could call me right now. Dago, I need this. Morty lives in Texas. I would drive to Texas if she needed help from me. Okay. Period.
Well,
I would do. Go ahead, Dan. Sorry.
I was going to say, with that being said, you want to come work for me?
Actually, dude, you're closer than she is, so yeah.
Because I need a new employee.
I know. If I could do that, I promise you I would, dude.
I mean, I'm kidding.
I know. I'm just saying. I've actually said that before. Like, I would love to work where you're at because I think I could do it.
Just so that nobody goes off saying like, well, Popper offered Dago a job and Dago turned it down. He's like probably what, 6-7 hours away from me.
Right.
So
that's a hell of a commute every day back and forth. Just saying. But I'm working on quitting, by the way, Moon Lover. But that's funny though. But I'm just trying to give it as an example. Like, Morty knows that if she were to call and say, Dago, I need something. I need this now. I know where she lives. I would get in the vehicle and drive to her. That's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. The relationships I've built with some of these people. Shut up, Pookie. Really? Anyway, you're an ass, dude. I became friends with a lot of these people, my moderators and this and that. So when you become friends with people in a Discord, you have friendly conversations, personal, private conversations. I did ask. My wife went down to visit her family down south. She was gone. Again, everybody knew I was in this struggle. Oh, because let me get to this point. I started to explain. Here's my ADHD. I started explaining last month. I was on this PIP program issue. I missed a payment because I'm not a huge channel out here. I don't make thousands and thousands of dollars, guys. We have one income here. I couldn't make that payment. So I got bumped off the program. Okay. What that program does is it gives you like a percentage of income, what your income is. It bases your payment on that. And then the rest of it, it throws it on the back end where you're still responsible for it. But the only way you have to pay that is if you screw up on the payment plan. I screwed up. That was thrown at me one day. The electric companies in my front door, Ohio Edison, we're here to collect a payment or turn off your service. Excuse me? And hands me a card. And it was for $1,972 or something like that. What? No, I can't go with that electric, folks, because I have a nebulizer machine I have a CPAP machine, and I have a child. And well, he's not a child anymore; he's an adult. But my grandkids, you need electricity. Everybody knows that. Okay, so I took, against my better judgment, but I needed electricity. I had gotten paid right around that time from YouTube, and I made that payment. They accepted $900 and some dollars. It was my entire YouTube paycheck. There you go. I kept my electricity. Not thinking about the house payment coming up for $1,200 that I needed. Okay. And then that's a whole other story behind that. But I'm just telling you, I'm putting it out there that I needed to pay a house payment. $1,200 is what I pay every month to the landlord. Okay. And I had no idea what to do because my wife wasn't making that. I had no more money. What do I do? And I went into panic mode immediately. And I actually missed almost a week's worth of this, trying to figure out what the F I could do. Thank you, Miss Sherry. And thank you all for getting us in the algorithm. God bless. I had conversations with a couple people like, what is wrong with Dago? Where's he been? What's going on? I'm trying to figure out how the hell to make my house payment so I don't end up on the street. I received, I was late on a payment. And when I caught that other payment up the month before, he warned me and said, you can't do this. We had to rewrite the whole contract thing. It's a whole thing. Because I was actually trying to rent to own my home. So anyway, I had to sign re-sign this payment, or re-sign this, what is it called? Like a lease type thing, okay? And make a payment by the 1st of August for $1,200. I couldn't see that coming. I had no way to make that happen, knowing what my wife's income was bringing and what I just shelled out to the electric company. So I went in panic mode. So everybody in the community, the word got spread eventually because I disappeared for a while trying to figure out how the hell to do this. I have collectibles. I tried selling those. Nobody's buying anything because everybody's having money problems. So that didn't work. So my community here, because they're amazing people, came together and together put together the money to give me the house payment, to help me get the house payment. I had some of it, don't get me wrong, but they finished it up for me and I made that payment. And 1 second here. Here is that payment, the receipt. This is how we pay everything that we pay rent wise electronically through our bank. Okay. And I'm going to show you real quick that payment, where it went and who it went to. And the gentleman that's on here is the landlord. I mean, I'm not putting his business out there and doxing him other than his name, but that's not going to help me.
Yeah, I wish I known you. If I wish I would have known you were going to share that one, I would have had you send it to me so I could edit out some information.
Well, I got most of it out of there. Doodlebug helped me to get what read out these. There's $1,200. Thursday, August 1st. It was posted. You see there, electronic debit. Okay, that is $1,200. There it goes. Okay, that was the house payment. And I have what's up, Phoenix? What's up, James? Good to see you. Sorry. Wildfire, good to see you too.
Hey, what's
anyway,
up, James?
There's the $1,200. Money sent to him, payment ID, posted date, Thursday, August 1st, 2024. Electronic debit. There's that, guys. Okay, that's where that went. So anybody thinks that it went somewhere else? You're wrong. I'm sorry. Welcome, M Chats Kendra. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Wildfire, thank you. Give me 1 second. Musical Contessa, thank you for being here. Leandra, Star Meadows. Let's see here. I don't even understand at this point. It's okay, Kendra. Thank you for being here. Dan Ban Cool Baby 2.0. Okay, thank you for joining me. I like that name, by the way. Anybody else that I didn't see, I'm not ignoring you. I just didn't see you. Stitches, welcome. Good to have you here. And Virginia Wolf, my brother, good to see you as well. I thought the ads were off. I'm so sorry, Morty. Hold on.
Yeah, I just got booted out because of an ad.
All right, guys, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can go back here and shut that off. I'm really sorry, you guys. I thought so, Pookie, but I'm confused. I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's been Brandy said Brandy pulled out the old mall cop.
What? Oh God, yeah, the mall. Jesus Christ. Gotta love it, guys. One
there's
second, everybody. Go ahead, dude.
there's been a lot of accusations has been thrown around from, you know, and people don't. And I think a lot of times people just run with, they hear what they want to hear, they believe what they want to believe. You know, if you have an issue with Dago, you're going to believe anything that's said about Dago. And I think that's a lot of that has been happening the last couple months. Like I said, I mean,
Yeah.
I was not super involved like I used to be, but I was still around. But you know, when all the stuff with David James happened, that's kind of when I said, you know, F this crap. I pretty much come around daily to check my DMs on Twitter. I don't go into side chats. Really don't watch a lot of like any YouTube other than completely unrelated stuff. And I might post once every 3 weeks on Twitter.
Gotcha. Right. So I'm not on Twitter at all anymore. I was on Twitter at one point in time when I was in that other community. I lived on Twitter like we all did, but I don't go on Twitter for shit anymore. I've even said maybe I should get on Twitter because a lot of the true crime stuff comes through there, but I don't do it anymore because there's so much drama attached to Twitter, guys. I'm not comfortable with it anymore. So anyway, I'm
still the man with the plan, Morticia.
Dan, the man with the plan. I remember when she did that. That was great.
She called this past Saturday, and I happened to be at somebody's house, and now I have a new name.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay. I think that turns it off. Okay. I think that's good. If it still happened, let me know. I think I did it right because I don't do that much too often. I just leave it where it's at. It's really not bad. Anyway, so that's real quick. Let me touch on that real quick because I didn't do a lot. I didn't go on anybody's panels or anything for that. The David James situation. David James is who I called a friend. Came in here a lot, supported me over in that community and in here, and a lot of other people. I'm not going to speak on David as a person. Indrid Cold, welcome. I love that name. And he supported me a lot when I came over here, trying to help me to grow my channel. I'll give that. David donated to my channel severely. Okay. Multiple times. David James helped me by loaning. I don't even want to say that. Gave me money. Okay. For different scenarios and would tell me it's for this or that as a friend and supported me. It was never the amount that was thrown out there at some point. Somebody said $10,000 or something. It never that high, guys, ever. Okay. Me and David James spoke together on that conversation that came out. I was supposed to go to a panel or something like that. And he said, we can work this out on our own, Dago. We talked about it and we left it alone and we walked away from it. And that was the end of it. And it keeps getting thrown back up. So whatever.
Well, and that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about just real quick.
Yeah.
Because the way that all went down is being kind of misconstrued a little bit. I even heard
else into it too, right? Again.
Yeah. And I even heard at one point that you were told.
Did somebody hide? No, Steve's right there. Okay, go ahead, Dan. Sorry.
It was even said at one point that you were told by myself and Morticia and a couple other people from our little group on our side to not go on Steve's panel. How did that? So me, you, and Morticia did have a conversation.
Yes.
What was my suggestion to you?
To go on a panel and explain my side of it. That was your suggestion.
Yes, because I said if you don't, people are just going to run with the bullshit. Yeah. And then that's going to be the narrative, which is exactly what happened. I told you I thought it was a good idea. But also, so when you ended up not going on that panel, was there anybody else involved other than you and David James in that decision?
Well, there's another person that is part of this guest mob. His name is Takeback, or multiple other things. He had messaged me before this happened and said that he had spoken to David and that he believes that David and I should speak. Okay. Until he told David, Dago's going to call you. Or actually, I said, tell him to call me because he lives in Australia. It's very hard for me to call over there with my phone plan. David called me. We spoke for 2 hours. We talked everything out. That was the end of it. That's where we decided to work it out between ourselves so that it didn't have to go out here. David said he did not want to give the person whose panel we were supposed to go on the views because it didn't deserve that. It was not that type of a scenario. It was something else that was brought up by that same creator that swore that I was on, or not creator, but that same person that swore I was already on disability. That's where that started from there again. That same person. Okay. So on and so forth. That's what happened with that scenario. Since I have the ability to speak on it.
So correct me if I'm wrong. The timeline, Take Back reached out to you.
Yeah.
Said that you and David should have a conversation. I think this was, well, at least the day that me and Morticia spoke with you, I think was the day of the panel.
And I had gotten a message from him the day before the panel about speaking with David. And then the day of the panel is when I had the conversation with David. Yes.
That's what I was going to point out, because it's being kind of put out there that Take Back coordinated this whole Dago not going on this panel thing, and that's not how it happened. David James reached out to you, and I've known about this since then because me and you have talked about it. But David James reached out to you and said, "Hey, let's just work on this between the two of us. Let's not put it out there for everybody."
Absolutely,
and 100%. And this was after I had already told you that probably a couple hours after I had told you that I thought it was a good idea for you to at least go on there for 5-10 minutes to just.
And I probably should have taken that advice. I agree. How can I rephrase? How can I say this? It was literally like 2-3 hours because I had talked to you that morning, and then I talked to David that afternoon and just said, okay, we're good. Let's let it be. I should have still done it to address it because in a sense, I know how people out here are, that it looks like you're running from something or you're guilty, I guess, some people, if you don't speak on it. That's why I'm doing this today, right here and now.
Well, my thing is so it was David's idea for like, hey, let's don't go. It was based in the way I kind of took it. And this may not be the way he worded it to you, but in my mind, I'm thinking David's like, oh shit, I'm about to get exposed for lying about all this stuff. Hey, Dago, let's just work this out between us. You went along with that. And David never put out any kind of proof of any of the claims that he was making, but yet people are still running with David's narrative. And I'm not going to badmouth. I'm not going to badmouth David. I'll say that my opinion of him has drastically changed.
Well, part of that though was the person that put that out took something David said. This is what David explained to me and twisted it into something more than what it was. That's part of the problem. I know what you're going to say. I'm just saying that was part of the problem. There was more to it. That's what I understood. Let me put it that way. So
my opinion of that is that person does have a tendency to speak about stuff she has no way of knowing about, twisting things and lying about things. But in my mind, in this particular instance, she was probably just relaying the information that she was given, because the person that we're talking, not her, but David, has a history of doing things and saying things and then kind of denying that he did it or apologizing for it after the fact, but then going right back and doing so. That's my opinion. My opinion is I don't believe that she really twisted too much of what he said.
Okay. And I respect that. I do. I wasn't there to hear it, so I don't really know. You know what I mean? I just, what I'm told, what I know, that's what I put together in my head. I'm not the smartest, the brightest crayon, but I'm pretty colorful, you know?
And that's kind of what I was just saying, Steve, that when me and Dago had talked that early afternoon, the plan was that he was going to go on the panel.
Yeah.
And he was going to, at least I told him, don't get up there and get dogpiled by 8 people. but
Right.
at least go up there for 10, 15 minutes, deny the shit that needs to be denied, and then leave it at that. So that at least that denial's out there. But it
And
was
that,
after. It was
yeah,
after that David James had reached out to Dago, and Dago, still looking at David James as somebody that had been a friend for a very long time, said, "Hey, can we please not do it this way? Can we work it out in private?" That's why Dago decided not to go on the panel. Had nothing to do with Take Back.
no, nothing at all. All Tape Back did was put us in connected us by telling each other. That's it. He had nothing to do with it. End of story. That was it. And David, I respected David in a lot of ways. I still do, because David was a friend to me. We had personal conversations about personal things in our lives. David did help me in a lot of ways, because I have not been working, and I've struggled and this and that without me even having to ask David for anything, because I believe that David has a really good heart, okay, in a lot of ways. Whatever has gone on since all that stuff happened, I don't know anything about it, because I don't go over to that side of things anymore, and I don't look at all that crap. Welcome, WB and Paige, good to see you. Time's all very well.
And that's what I was about ready to say. When I say my opinion of David has changed, it's because I'm privy to a lot more information that Dago's not, because Dago doesn't pay attention to that stuff. And I just, me and Dago would probably have different opinions of David James right now, because of the stuff that
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I don't, and that's okay. I understand that. So there's so much more to go, guys, and I don't want to drag this so far, guys.
Real quick for Penny, David James is somebody that was a longtime supporter to Dago.
Damn it. Sorry, Morty, I'm going to try it again. Go ahead, dude. I'm sorry.
I mean, he was a supporter for probably, I'd say, a year and a half.
Almost 2 years. Yeah.
Maybe even 2 years. He's known for being very generous with his super chats. He super chats. I've seen him super chat people $100 4 or 5 times in a live stream.
Yes. Many a time.
And that's the person that kind of got this, other than the other very large person that we're going to speak about later on, I'm guessing.
Yes.
David James, because that person was kind of spreading this out there all along. But David James is the one that kind of got this ball rolling on this the last 2 or 3 months about, Dago being a scammer. And, my opinion of it is, David, you voluntarily gave way too much money to somebody. And then when you stopped getting the attention, same way that happened with Charlie Green, which most people probably don't know who that is, but it's another person he donated a lot of money to. Once he started getting the attention, stopped getting the attention from Dago, he got in his feelings a little bit, and then started throwing out the accusation that Dago was a scammer.
And then now there's also more to that real quick, Dan. Let me throw this in. Morty, no, I didn't fall out with David. What had happened was there was a couple people that went to David behind the scenes and told him Dago's scamming you. He came to me with that when we had that conversation and said that that's who, and I'm not going to put the name out of the people who told him that he told me, because I'm not going to do that to them either at this point. But that is, whether it was nefarious or not, there's enough wrapped up in this right now that there doesn't need to be more. But 2 people were specifically named that went to him and said, Dago, I believe Dago's doing this. And then another person that was already involved in almost everything we've talked about said the same thing to him, not knowing any information. At least that's what I was told. Sorry.
So when this news, me and you had this conversation a while back, so I don't know if you remember or not, but when all this stuff was going on a couple months ago with David James, didn't you tell me that you had just very recently received a very positive message from him out of nowhere?
I absolutely did. Yes.
And this is, yeah. And this was kind of in the middle of him accusing somebody of being a scammer.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know what that means or whatever, but yes. Hey, Dago, hope everything's good. Hope he's always been very fond of Caden, my son. Hope Caden's doing well, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Yeah. I mean, all the time. And I would send those messages to him as well. And then all that happened. And I'm like, what the actual hell just happened? You know what I mean? So it was just out there. It was one of them things. So, I don't know. And that has nothing to do with what's going on now. That's just one more thing. I figured I might as well just speak on it now since we're doing this. You know what I mean? So
Steve said David James approached him and Lena with the information saying you scammed him for $10,000. I kind of feel like maybe he was kind of directed in that direction. Maybe not.
I was told that he was. That's my thought. I was told he was told to do that. So not in those same words, but like kind of like you need to go over there and talk about it, basically, is what it was. And then again, I believe there was somebody else that was involved in that as well that told somebody else about it after having a conversation with David. And that I was told that once that person told it to them again, when she said what she said to them, that they took it and ran with it. That's what I was told, guys. I don't know how this stuff happens because I'm not over there. I don't do that stuff. I did watch the Asylum from time to time. If Morticia would go live with Dan, I would go join them when I could, if I knew about it. I'm very busy within my life, so I don't go over there anymore. I didn't get wrapped up in all that stuff. Like they said, that we don't do that stuff anymore. We just kind of backed away from it. That's all. Congratulations, Trish. Thank you for being part of this community for 4 months. God bless. We appreciate you very much. Should you still choose to be here, thank you very much. Moving forward, welcome, Kel. Good to see you. So anyway, Alabama Mama, welcome. And Midwest, congrats to you. And thank you for being part of this community for a month. And we appreciate you very much. So moving forward, were you saying something, Dan? Did I cut you off? If I did, I'm sorry.
No, not really. I see Steve said he doesn't have the DMs anymore because David lost his Twitter account. My thing is at this point today, we've seen who David James is, and who David James likes to support. I just don't know. I don't know why anybody would believe anything that comes out of his mouth. I mean, yeah. I feel like he discredited himself with some of the like vile, disgusting things that I've heard he said, and like I said, some of the people that he's supporting these days.
I don't know anything about any of that stuff. Sorry, I can't speak on that, and I won't because I don't know that. You know what I mean? But I understand what you're saying. Absolutely. I get it. Now, I do need to get to something else real quick. And I see Morty's. Okay. I see you guys got it. Now, there's more to this. Okay. Now, there's somebody else, and I'm not going to put certain people's names out there because I try to be respectful as I can with some of this stuff. And I've never wanted anybody to be attacked. I've never wanted anybody to be taken apart, regardless of what the situation is. Welcome, Chick Bait, as well. But there was a person that I was very close to, I would consider, in here, that I thought everything was fine one day, the next day it wasn't. Okay. This person got upset with me because I think that, did I explain about my wife coming home being down south and I borrowed money from somebody? Did I say that yet?
I believe you did.
Okay. So somebody that I thought was a friend in here, I believe is a friend in here. I was getting paid on the 21st. That's my payday every month from YouTube. Most creators are within that area anyway. And I know I'm getting paid. On the 18th, I believe it was, I said, can I possibly borrow $30 from you? $35, I think it was. 30 or 35. Whatever. She said, sure, no problem. I said, I will pay you back when I get paid on the 21st. Thank you very much. At that time, my wife had been gone for 7 days, and I didn't have much in the fridge or nothing like that. And I knew she was going to be tired, hungry, blah, blah, blah. I kind of just wanted to have something here for her when she got in the door. That's all it was. And I just didn't have anything in my pocket to make that happen. Maybe that was selfish of me. And if that's the case, my apologies. Well, and I have proof of this stuff too. I showed this person and multiple other people the proof of this. The 21st came. I got paid. That night, it falls in place whenever it chooses to, however YouTube does it. Mine came later that evening around 7, 8 o'clock, something like that. I tried to send that $35 to that person. I went to bed. I woke up. My Cash App had a notification that said it kicked it back due to non-sufficient funds. That's a mistake. That don't make no sense. I had upwards of $900 in there. I go into my bank app, look. And I'll even show you this too, you guys. I went into my bank app to look, and guess what? I had $12 in my account. 12. What the hell? How the hell did that happen? So I start scanning down through my, what do you call it? Your
transaction history.
Thank you very much. Jesus Christ, that's never changed. Anytime I try to say a word, he would say it for me every time. It's hilarious. You've always been able to do that. It's weird. And I'm looking, and I see 2 charges. I'm going to show them to you right now. That way you guys will believe this too. That's what this is all about, guys. It's proof. Remember, proof. So far, I've showed you that stuff, where that money went that I got from the house. And now I'm about to show you why I couldn't pay that $35 back, because that was a problem. And I get it. The person that gave it to me is a very sweet person. And she's I considered a very good friend. She's going through a lot of her own problems, personal stuff that I'm not putting out there, and didn't deserve any of this. And I'm not putting her in any of this. That's all I'm saying. So where's it at here? Okay. This is my transaction history, and I'm not very comfortable showing this just so everybody knows, but I just like to show proof of things, receipts as they're called. Okay. Best I can. The receipts that I have, I should say. So, okay, here's one pay, or actually they're both here. These 2 payments, if you can read that, I'm sorry, you guys, that I don't have a better version of this. Best Buy payment, $425.90. Okay, now if I click on that, it gives the whole thing. Transaction date, August 21st, out of New York. Okay, $425.90. Now let me go to the $512 one that was right behind it, back to back. If it'll let me, hold on. 512.54. Transaction date, August 21st, 2024. Location, New York. Best Buy payment. I don't know if you guys saw that. That's all it says. 2 of them back to back. So that's a total of $950 right? Gone out of nowhere. I was hacked, is what I was told. I contacted my bank. First, I called Best Buy, like, what the fuck is this? You know, they said that they don't see those payments, that those numbers don't match their stores in New York, whatever. I said, well, you took it. And they were pending for 2 days. So I contacted my bank immediately. They said, well, we can't do anything with this, which I think is ridiculous. They said, well, we can't do anything with this until they go through, or if they go through, they can either come back to your account if they're denied, or they'll go through. Well, guess what? They went through. So I filed a dispute with my bank, and they said it can take anywhere from 10 to 90 days. Thank God it's going to be 10 business days, and I'll have the money back in my account, and I can hand that person their $35, or actually, yeah, I can hand her money and be done and walk away. Like I said I was going to, the 21st. I never lied about any of that. The other person said I did. Well, no, I didn't lie. I thought I sent that back to her that night, which is when I claimed that I had sent that back to her that night. I told that person that. The next morning is when I realized it didn't go through. So there was no lie there. Okay. Now there's another person that's why that didn't happen, you guys. I'm just letting you know. Never did I try to scam that person, lie about it, nothing. Okay. I did ask her to borrow it as a friend. She lent it to me as a friend, and I'm paying it back to her as a friend. End of story.
That was my question, Matt. Like, who causes this much shit over $35?
It's the principal, is what I was told. Well, the principal is that I couldn't pay the money back because I got hacked. Now, the other person has been stating that I have been saying for years, basically making people feel bad for me so they'll donate to me. I've never purposely done that in my life. My right hand to God on my grandchildren's lives. I've never, ever done that on purpose. Never, ever. I'm sorry if people felt for me, cared for me per se, and wanted to donate to help me in some senses. That's all it ever was. I never purposely ever did that. I don't fake being a nice guy. I truly am who I am, guys. This is who I am for real. Anybody that knows me in real life, if you ever get to talk to them, they'll tell you the same thing. This is who I am. There's no reason I would put on a persona to do any of this, okay? I ain't perfect. I have made mistakes in here. I get close to people. I get close to people very quickly. I allow people to get close to me very quickly. It's something I'm trying to work on, but I don't do very well at it, guys, because I want to believe the good in people. I look for the good in people, and then I get very close, and then surprise, we're back in the same boat again, dumbass Dago. Here we are. I'm learning now, unfortunately, okay? But at that point, at what cost? This right here. It's just not worth it, you guys. It's not. So again,
kind of a little strange that me and you got to be friends because we're complete opposites in that regard. Because I think 99% of the people on here are pieces of crap.
I know.
You know, I'm talking about people that I interact with.
Maybe that.
Well, I shouldn't say piece of crap. I should say very, very untrustworthy.
Yeah. Well, and I'm learning that slowly, but maybe I just don't want to believe that. That's the problem. I've never wanted to believe that people are that bad, that they're just not good. And I've always looked around it. And I give people too many chances. Matt Amlo, welcome. LWB, welcome. Cal, welcome. I think I might have said that already. Either way, I'm sorry. I refuse to accept, well, I did refuse to accept that society is this bad. Over the past 2 weeks, it's changed. There's so many people out here that want to believe this kind of shit, that want to run me through the mud because they believe this kind of shit. Put me out there. Now, there's another person, Ray Baldick, welcome.
Good night, Mama Bear.
Good night, Mama Bear. Thank you for being here, hon. Get some sleep. Pookie. Jesus Christ. Never failed.
Pookie's one of the good ones.
Yes, he's very good, guys. He can say what he wants. He's a very good person. Pookie's helped me, saved me a couple times from just walking away from this, truthfully. But anyway.
And Bowser.
And oh my God. He was my other first. Who was it?
Lazy.
Thank you. Good people, folks. Very good people. Morty, I love Morty to death. Like I said, I'd do anything for her. And Dan, Pookie, Bowser, any of these people, I would do anything for them right here with now. That's all there is to it. Because they're good people. There are good people, guys. Believe it or not, as upset as I am with all this, believing that there aren't good people, these are some of the best. And I'll tell it to you every day. Along with a lot of the people in this community. That's all I'm saying. So, moving forward, this person that did this got upset with me about all these things. It had nothing to do, I'm going to say this out loud, because she believes that that's what I'm saying to people. It had nothing to do with content, channel bullshit. No, it was about the money. She said she believed that I've been conning people, that purposely making people feel bad for me were her words, okay, so that they will donate to me. Shut up, Pookie. God.
I was waiting for you to see that.
I can't, dude. Nothing changes with this kid. I love it. Thank you for making me laugh, sir, because I haven't laughed in days. So I don't know why she sees it like that. And that I guess other people have gone to her saying that they feel the same way. Okay. Well, when I know, Pookie, you're good, brother. When that happened, I think she had posted something via Twitter. And I'm not going to sit in here and run this woman's name through the mud. I won't do that. I had a lot of respect for her. I, again, thought we were friends. And it just didn't work out that way because of this stuff here. Now, what happened then was that she put something on Twitter. Well, back to the other community I belong to and Twitter. There was another person that Popper had referred to earlier that was the main reason that we all came to YouTube. Okay. To shut that person down if we could. That's what everybody's pipe dream in their mind was to shut that person down because of what he was doing to other people. A lot of nasty, nasty stuff. Okay. Well, that person saw her post and ran to it and said, oh, good shit. I get to go after Dago again because that's what he lives for. He loves to go after me, Evil Queen Morticia, Popper, Pookie, Steve Billings, anybody he could put his claws in, he's gone after them for stupid shit. Okay? Things that make no sense. 2 years ago, this person, I was doing a live stream, 11 o'clock at night. I have an 18-year-old child that is autistic, very, very high functioning autistic. He's very chronic ADHD. His name's Caden. A lot of you guys know who he is. He's an amazing child. One of my best friends, and he's my heart. Yes, there. I miss seeing that, Morty. I really do. My son, very hyperactive, has always struggled with going to bed. Didn't like it. Even now, he don't like it. Speak of the devil, there he is.
I hated every minute of that. I'm so glad they sent it home. It's
quite early. Okay, well, let me finish this up. Say hi and go.
Hi, guys. Be safe. Love you all. Love you, Dad.
Love you too. This is, by the way, this is the large child that I supposedly starved because Isaac Guest came out and said, and you remember this.
I don't like him.
That he came downstairs one night, 11 o'clock at night, fighting me to go to bed. He had school the next morning. It's pretty convenient you walked in here. I love that. Anyway, and says, Dad, all right, he walks past me, behind me, and I, where are you going? What are you doing? You're supposed to be in bed, 11 o'clock at night.
Should have been in bed.
Again. I'm thirsty. I'm sitting there. Didn't come back. I hear clang, clang, clang. Let me speak, please. Clang, clang, clang. And he's 18 now. That's why he's standing here, because he's an adult now. I walk in the kitchen. Hold on, guys. I didn't hit my mute on my mic. Walk in the kitchen, and he's standing there with the fridge door open, getting a plate. I said, what are you doing? I'm getting something to eat. I'm hungry. Stop. Freeze. No, you're not. He was 16 2 years ago, okay? 16 years old. I said, you're going back to bed. You had dinner at 5:30. And this was clipped, by the way, guys. I don't know if it was manipulated or not, because I don't think I've heard the original clip that they played, but I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you.
It was played again today, by the way.
Oh, was it? Okay.
It was.
So, I said, no, you had dinner at 5:30. You had seconds and thirds. Stand up straight for a minute. As you can see, this is a large child. He's bigger than me. Appetite, whatever. But you're going to bed, and he eats unhealthily when he gets bored because of his ADHD. His own doctor told me, do not let him eat like that. That's why I didn't.
My dad does not starve me.
Okay, let me finish speaking, please, son.
Okay, I'll let you say it.
And I told this, I don't know where they turned this, but I've never offered my child a bowl of water. That's dumb. I said, you can get a glass of water, and then you can go to bed. And if you don't stay in bed, I'm going to lock you in your room. Just like I said that. I live in a 110-year-old house. There's no locks on my doors. It's a phrase that a lot of people have said. If you keep coming out of your room, I'll lock you in there. Have I ever locked you in your bedroom, son?
My father has never locked me in my room. He's only ever done that to make sure I stayed in my room. He is good. He has always fed me and kept the roof over my head.
But I only said it to let him know.
You only said
I'm irritated with the situation. Yeah. Let me finish. I'm irritated with the situation. I've never locked a child. Out of 7 children, never done that. Never would. It's bullshit. And it was just a way to get at me, to make me look bad, because the person that put this out there has had multiple CPS cases. Now, hold on. After that I really didn't plan him walking in, you guys. He was supposed to be at the football game. They canceled it because of the rain. So anyway. Exactly, Pookie. Like telling, if you keep doing it, I'm gonna whoop your ass or something like that. That's all it was, guys. I've never fucking done that. So this piece of shit that did this claimed that he called CPS on me and ran me off that side of YouTube. I've never in my life had a CPS worker in my house. I've never in my life, and you can look this up by the way, guys. Look through Trumbull County, Ohio. They will tell you right there. Children's Services Board in Trumbull County. I think it is open to the public to look it up. Look at my name. Look at my family stuff. I've never had an open case with Children's Services ever in my life. Nobody came to my house. If he called, they probably laughed him off because it was bullshit. It never happened like that. That's what happened with that story, just so you guys know, okay? That's the actual truth. Anyway, moving forward. I'm trying to check to make sure there's no. What's the matter, Morty?
She was just wondering who played it today.
That was the woman that came at me. I guess was one of her. She took a.
It
She
was
was
at
sent
her.
a clip of that. She was sent that clip by him, and
Mhm.
it was played through her channel. I guess that's how it was. I don't. I haven't watched any of this stuff because the anxiety comes up through my stomach with this. I can't. I don't want to because I know who I am, and I'm not that person. I've never done that. I'm not an advocate by law, but I advocate against any type of stuff that has anything to do with that.
There's a couple.
Wait, you cut that up. Hold on, I have to starve him again. You cut that up, and then you can eat it with the stuff in the pan on the stove, the macaroni and cheese.
I was just gonna cut a slice and just throw it in there and eat it as.
Well, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
It's really good.
Go ahead and eat it.
Thank
Anyway.
you.
Hey, I'm going to step away for just like 20 seconds to go use the restroom.
Yeah, you're good, Dan.
Only because I haven't seen him in a while. Hi, Popper.
Hey, Caden.
How you been?
I'm doing all right.
That's
Working, sleeping, and that's about it.
Yeah, soon that's gonna be me.
I'll be right back.
Oh, go ahead, Dan. Go ahead. Caden, have you ever received Social Security?
Received what?
Disability or Social Security?
No.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Anyway, go ahead. Get your food.
Tell all the old folks like Morticia, all of them that I miss them and love them. And
She's right there.
Is she?
Okay, so anyway, there's that now. Okay, that's the truth behind that. That never happened. And Jesus Christ, Morty, who is it that worked for Isaac that used to do all the manipulation of the audio and all that kind of stuff? He said he was saying hi to Pookie and Morty and Phoenix and everybody in here from the old days, is what he was saying. Whoever that person was, I was told that person somehow manipulated that. I've not heard it yet, so I don't know exactly what it says. Caden, Morty said, "Love you too, little man." Anyway, so faux pas. Thank you, Morty. That's who it was. This person that worked for him. Just say hi, Morty, real quick, and
Hi, Morty.
All right, let me finish this.
All right, I'm gonna go eat.
This person, faux pas, right here, I guess is a hacker of sorts or whatever, very good at computer stuff. Supposedly did this kind of shit. I don't know, but that's what I was told. If it was any different than what I said to you guys, then it was manipulated. I haven't heard the new version about here or whatever. I don't know. Okay. So again, moving forward.
By the way, real quick.
Yes, sir.
He's not a hacker.
I don't know what it is, dude.
He works in the tech industry, but he's not a hacker.
I don't know how to put it. Like I said, I guess that would be what it is. I don't even know that stuff, you guys, but I was told.
Oh, I know a whole lot more than I knew when you were around.
You probably do. I don't doubt it.
But go ahead.
Yeah, no, but that's supposedly what I was told by somebody that's actually part of that group or was part of that group, that he manipulates audio and video at times for Guest Mob, because he was a big part of Guest Mob. That's what this whole group was called, was Guest Mob, started by Isaac Guest. If you want to, I'm gonna say this down, and I'm gonna turn this over to Dan real quick, and then I'll get back to the rest of me. Anything that you see put out from Guest Mob, please take that with the largest grain of salt that you can. And there's a reason why I'm saying this. And as Dan stated, he knows a lot more than I do probably at this point about it. Welcome, Lisa. Good to see you. I know I shouldn't have to, but I'm going to. Now, what types of Dan? Because I'm not like thinking about all this stuff because I'm thinking about all of my stuff. What kind of things have gone on with Guest Mob, Isaac Guest, and all of that group of people out there that should make people question anything that they say about somebody else, such as myself or anybody for that matter? If I can ask you that.
Well, I mean, heck, I don't even know where to start. I mean, and I'll preface this by saying that anything that I say, I can prove without a doubt.
100%.
Because I have screenshots and or recordings. He's known to be a doxer, harasser, online bully. he gets a hold of your information. You'll start receiving phone calls or text messages. Your family members will start we're getting phone calls and text messages. He'll call your employer. He'll try to get you evicted. He's attacked kids. The person we were speaking of earlier that has been running with the Dago's on disability, that whole thing. She has a son who's now 19 years old. Isaac attacked him going all the way back till the time he was like 13 years old. Calling him names, doing live streams where he makes up, scenarios about him having tampons in his butt. And, I mean, I have an entire 20-minute video of him attacking kids, 13-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds.
Brandy in here, Brandy B, the OG. I've told you guys. I told you before that she came with me. Her son Matthew, and I'm sorry, Brandy. Her son Matthew is very low functioning autistic. Okay, very low functioning, nonverbal. He's called Matthew the R word, attacked him in that sense, and many more things that he went at Brandy with, and multiple other people he's done this to. Okay,
there is a person from our community who had twin little boys, and I'm talking probably 2 years old, one of which drowned in a pool. He did a pool party stream where he claims, it was about pool safety, but he had like a little mannequin, a picture that he had with a little mannequin, like a small black child floating in the pool. What kicked
me into YouTube, guys. That's the thing, Dan, that got me out here. That's what made me come want to do this, because it made me sick. Yep. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
There's another person that used to be part of our side, but then was on his side. They're no longer involved in the community at all, as far as I know. She had a child that was born with a fairly minor deformity, a clubfoot, but he used that to attack her. He's an overall piece of shit.
Well, let me answer this question real quick, Dan. The United States Secret Service, what does Isaac Guest have to do with Dago Joe pleading his innocence? Because this is where some of the information that was put out about me came from. And we're trying to show you the type of person that is giving this information to people that's not true. That's why we're talking about what he did. Okay. He posted things on Twitter that are not true about me once again. And that's where some of the information that this person put out, because she didn't know that part. She didn't know him. And my argument was you should have probably vetted this information, but okay, she didn't. She doesn't know any of the people from over there, but they're sending her things because she's saying something about me in a negative way. And they're jumping on the fact that they have an ability now to attack me once again. That's why I'm saying that. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry about that.
I mean, aside from, the real horrible stuff, some of the horrible stuff that I've just mentioned, I mean, he himself has been accused of being a scammer for years. We're talking about, I think Girl Scout cookies, or no, not Girl Scout cookies, cookies being sold by his kid's school, that people ordered hundreds of dollars in cookies but never received their cookies. Challenges that he collected money for but then never completed the challenges. Took donations for members of his community, and then made the decision on his own that the person that was supposed to be receiving this money was a drug addict and didn't deserve the money. And then decided on his own that this money, and I'm talking about thousands of dollars, that this money was going to be donated. And then when a couple of the people, mainly the person that donated the most amount of money, requested their money back, they didn't want it to be donated. They wanted their money back. He basically said, no, it's being donated. Now, can I prove that the money was not donated to the organization he said it was donated to? No, I can't. But I do have an audio clip of his wife doing an interview after they kind of split, saying that the proof that he put up, which is a screenshot of an email from Susan G. Coleman saying thank you for your donation was photoshopped and that he kept the money for himself. And Steve Billings, I just seen him in the chat. He mentions this all the time. If you really made that donation, Isaac, take a screen recording of the email.
Yeah, Steve knows about this stuff because at that point in time, he was part of that group that Isaac was in charge of, and since he's walked away, but he knew a lot of what was going on over there, which is one of the reasons I was told he walked away. So there's that. So again, the reason why we're explaining these things is because this is the person that is distributing information about me that's untrue to make me look like a bad person, based on basically what it was is they've piggybacked on somebody else that I think misunderstood a situation. That's my thought. Okay. And that's fine, but it is what it is, or took a situation for something it's not. So there's that. So he jumped on and piggybacked off this just to have a chance to come at me once again. That's all it was. So believe it or not believe it, guys, look into who you're thinking about listening to before you listen to it.
Well, and I'll give this warning, and I gave it to another community not too long ago. Well, me and Morticia and a few others gave this warning. They didn't listen, and now they're starting to find out a little bit. Be very careful, because he'll play nice. He'll play real nice when it benefits him, and but when you don't toe the line, you'll suffer the same consequences everybody else does. Doxing, contacting you, contacting your family, attacking any kind of relatives. When he doxed me, he threatened to have my son attended Michigan State University. He threatened to have my son expelled from Michigan State University for some fake Facebook screenshots that he claimed that he had of my son being racist. My son doesn't have a racist bone in his body.
He sure don't. He called my wife's job. She works for a federal company that does federal contracts for dialysis and stuff. Okay. There's a couple of people in here that have actually gone through my wife's company. Okay. And they know who they are for dialysis and stuff like that. And just harassed her at work. And then my wife also she used to have, I should say, she hasn't done anything with it in almost 3 years now, but a baking company on the side. She just doesn't have time to do it anymore. And it's called Brandy's Candies. He went as far as to change his YouTube icon to my wife's icon for her thing from Facebook, Brandy's Candies, and claimed that was just to irritate me, to harass us. Okay, things like that. That kind of stuff he does all the time. And again, this is the person that is putting out information about me to other people. Believable? It's up to you. You take it for what you know. Anyway, I'm sorry again to interrupt. Go ahead.
Well, and that's and going back to the troll account that was in here that asked that question. That's why he's being brought up, because these people are getting at least a portion of their information using his videos to go at. To me, it's kind of like somebody getting information from somebody that committed grand theft to go at somebody that was a minor shot that stole a packet. Like, you're accusing Dago of scamming when you're getting information from one of the biggest scammers on this side of YouTube.
That's and the people that surround him, they go right along with it. So just saying.
And I mean, I don't know if he's trying to make his way into the true crime community now. But I'll say this, what he typically does. And this is something else I tell. He was just in a community called Gore World. Anybody that's familiar with Foodie Beauty, that's where Foodie Beauty is at. And I told people from the jump what he's going to do. He goes from community to community to try to start crap, to try to get some supporters. And then when either somebody starts getting the best of him or he's gotten enough supporters, he'll back away and he'll move on to the next community. He just did it with Gore World not too long ago. And he got his ass handed to him by a lady named Hecate. And then that's exactly what he did. He blocked her and said, you're boring me. I'm going to back away. But any of these people that are getting information from him, he'll be nice as can be while you're giving him
whatever he wants. Yeah.
Yeah, while you toe the line. But the minute you have a disagreement, he'll do to you exactly to what he did with somebody from Gore World, Kai Bella, or what he did with well, I'm not going to throw any other names out there, but he's just know that he's done it with multiple people that, you know, join his community and all was good, and then the minute there was a disagreement, he started doing all the stuff that I said.
The first thing he does when he brings somebody into Guest Mob, the first thing he does is get every bit of their information on their background, whatever he can immediately. So he has that to hold over their head if and when the time comes, because he does it. He's done it to everybody that's been there, including Steve Billings. At some point, he's tried to take him down for that kind of stuff. Same thing. And that's all different. I'm just telling you, this is what he does to all of his people, guys. He always has. Okay. He's in the midst of being investigated now for stuff, okay, that I know of. And yeah, trust what this person tells you about me, of all people. Go ahead, please do, because that'll show you where you're getting your info from. So
so one of the channels that's been going live about you, I didn't spend a lot of time today, but I kind of went and looked at their channel, and I noticed, like, going back like a year, 2 years, I mean, they used to get like, you know, 3,000-4,000 views on their videos, but here lately it's been under 1,000. And I feel like that's kind of what this person doesn't care about anybody being scammed. They're kind of doing the same thing Isaac does. They're looking to stir up some shit to get views.
Yep. Exactly. And it Bama, that's what that is all about. It always has been. That's why we came to YouTube. That's why Dan came to YouTube. That's why I came to YouTube. That's why Pookie and Bowser and Morty and all of us kind of linked together, because we all had the same thought process about this. Morty was here before us, and Morty knew what he was about. Morty has been feuding with this person forever, guys. And I'm talking, where are we at? 6-7 years, Dan, for Morticia at that point? Maybe longer?
Probably 7 years at least.
Yeah. And Morticia at this point has done so much. And it's just over it, guys. We want to be able to live our lives at some point, and it's just ongoing. It never ends. Again and again and again and again, no matter what you do. That's why I walked away. That's why Dan stepped back. That's why Morticia walked away. That's why probably Pookie don't get involved. Bowser probably don't get involved anymore. I don't see what they're doing anymore, but it's about the purest version of a bully that you can find on the internet, specifically. In person, I can imagine what it would be like. Good God, you know, he would just sit on you until you're dead because he's that big. There's another side of that too. He likes to talk down about people's looks and their body shame and this and that, and he probably weighs 400 pounds or more. He's a disgusting person. So again, believe what he has to say. Be careful for yourself. He can be friends to you right here and now and help you with whatever you want right here and now until you don't do what he wants. And guess what? You're the next victim. Just telling you. He is a bully big time. He thinks he's okay. I was a little off by a couple 100 pounds. Sorry, Morty. But anyway,
have I forgotten any of the, you know,
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm asking Morty if I've forgotten anything.
Congrats, 84. Thank you for being a member for 10 months of this channel. And I appreciate that, too. That's another thing, you guys. If I'm such a horrible person and have such a horrible channel, why do I have multiple people in here that have been members of this channel for 10, 12, 15, 24 months, 21 months? I don't get that. I can't be too bad if they keep coming back every month. It doesn't make sense. So anyway, just saying. Now, there is one more person I need to throw out here that has gotten involved in this and really, really blew my mind. There was a person I had brought into here that I met that showed up on the channel that Bonnie, you've been here for almost 2 full years. Yes, I agree, dear, and supported me from the very beginning. And the person that has attacked me, Bonnie, has left and come back multiple times because of that person. Multiple people have left my channel, I've been told, because of that person that is so upset with me right now. And are now coming back because that person's no longer around. Now that's whatever. I'm not judging that person based on that. but you can make sure and you can be here anytime you want, Bonnie, because that person will no longer be around. Okay. And I'm sorry that anybody was offended by that person. If they were, welcome, Mina Monsters. Mom is in the house. Thank you for joining us, Mom. I just saw that. Thank you, Mom. So again, hold on a minute here. Anyway, moving forward. So my moderators were a problem for this person as well. That person didn't like how they did things, that there were things they supposedly were doing in Discord that were going on between them that I had no idea about, because I don't sit in my Discord and stare at everything. They go do their own thing. I'm in there every now and then having conversations with them. But it was told to me that they're doing things that they shouldn't do. Now there was a situation that happened after me and this person started disagreeing about things. Okay, I'm trying to be respectful with this whole thing. Is all I'm doing.
Do me a favor and check the private chat real quick.
I see that. I'm not doing that right now because I'm gonna get through. I'm gonna get through my part and do what I have to do to square this off. Okay.
Okay.
So I was told by this person that your mods are not good people. They're doing this, they're doing that. You shouldn't do that. And we had, my mods and I did have a falling out at one point because I was doing something they didn't like with another creator. I didn't listen to them the way I should have per se, and they got upset with me. And we kind of fell out. And a lot of them kind of just backed off and went their own direction. And then later on, you know, a couple weeks, I think, I don't even think it was that long, maybe a week or two, maybe 2 weeks, came to me. And one by one kind of said, listen, we were wrong. We misunderstood the situation. I understand now. And we kind of just talked through it and got through everything. And I brought them back. Okay. What is Spooky doing now?
No, I was laughing at Morty.
Oh, okay. So, yes, Bonnie, that's what it was. And when Idaho 4 came out, I had never covered a case that big. I'm going to put this out there real quick. Never. I really didn't know what I was doing in true crime 100% at that point because I'd only covered before that Kylie Rodney and some smaller situations. And I'm still learning as we speak, but I was still learning then, guys. Understand that, please. What am I trying to say? What was I trying to say? I just lost my train of thought. The people that are in here, this core group of moderators that I have been very supportive of me. And, you know, I was told that they're my handlers, that they protect me, things like that. And it's like, they care, you know, that there's nothing wrong with that. This community is a very caring community in general. And they don't believe the things that are being put out, and they're trying to tell other people that that stuff isn't true and protect my channel and myself from being attacked by this type of thing is what they're doing. Okay. Because I've talked to them all and that's what they have explained to me. But again, we've worked through that stuff and gone past that. And we've talked about how these things don't go on, shouldn't go on, so on and so forth. So this other person I came to find out is not somebody that a lot of people liked. Okay. And I stood up for this person a lot because I respect her. Okay. And her knowledge in true crime and stuff like that. And I had respected her for a couple of years almost, I think roughly. And a lot of people are like, well, she's condescending. She talks down to us. She makes us feel like, you know, we don't know what we're doing. And it's just not right. And a lot of people would just not be here. Okay. So it is what it is. Moving past that. Because of that situation, had nothing to do with me. This past Sunday, I was with my family. Do it because Sundays I usually do family thing. Most everybody that knows me knows that. And I get a message in my Jesus Christ, my phone, okay, that tells me family time or not, I don't care. You better answer your phone right now. Okay. I go check it out. I missed the call, so I call back. And I'm asked, have you talked to any of your moderators, such and such and such and such at this point? No, I haven't. I've been with my family all day. What's the matter? Well, she was doing, and I have said this to the mods and myself as well. She was doing a very important stream about a case that is very important to a lot of us. Okay. Madeline Soto case. It's not a joke. There's nothing about that case that's a joke. It's a very serious situation. And this is what I agreed with her about. There's nothing that should be played around with in that stuff, period. And she's like, I know it was your mods that did this, this, and that. And a bunch of people went in there trolling. Okay, harassing per se. She shut the stream down. She was unhappy about the situation. She came to me and I said, I don't know. I didn't send anybody over there. I didn't tell anybody to do that kind of stuff because I don't do that kind of stuff. Okay. So I called a little meeting in Discord. I asked them all, and there's one girl that's no longer with us anymore. She's been all over panels on YouTube talking shit about me, telling massive lies. None of the stuff she said is true. Especially, well, there's a couple of things may have been true, but she's twisted, turned it, and made it into something completely different. Most of it is lies, though. I've been told by everybody else that's watched it that it's just pure lie. This person came into my community just a couple months ago, and it very instantly got close, became a moderator. Yes, I've always been sidetracked, scroll. It's the ADHD that I'm not supposed to talk about that I'm making excuses for, but it is what it is. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't mean to be that way. I try not to be, but moving forward. And I got close to this person. I thought she was a very sweet person. She kind of made me feel bad for her. She had stated she doesn't really have anybody. She doesn't really do anything with anybody. She doesn't really hang around with anybody, so on and so forth. And she said she really liked this community. She found her people, so on and so forth. And I thought she was a good person. I made her a moderator. Once again, something I probably should have done. And in fact, I was going to start another channel for this person and this person alone to have something to do because she was talking about being bored all the time and having nothing to do. I was going to start a paranormal channel and let her basically run the channel because she was really good at that kind of stuff. She enjoyed it. And it was, again, to help her to have something to do. And I wanted her to feel important because she had talked about having a kind of a shitty life in some senses because she has medical problems, all this. It was never told to me, stated to me if she was on disability or not disability. I don't know. Now, something that has definitely been lied about, I have to clear up right now. When all that stuff happened with my house and stuff that I showed you guys, she donated to my channel. She donated $30 once and $30 again to me directly. I think one time it was gets herself some food and the other time was towards the house thing. I very greatly appreciated it. The one time I didn't even know because it had happened when I wasn't paying attention in here and I opened up my thing and saw it. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I never, ever asked her to borrow it. Never asked her to borrow it because my understanding was that she wasn't really making a large income. Never would have asked her to borrow it. Period. I didn't. My right hand to God and all my children's lives never asked to borrow it. She has told people that I borrowed it from her, took advantage of her. I guess now she's on disability. Never knew any of that. Didn't know anything about, or she may have mentioned she was on disability. I just don't remember. I've been sitting here all day thinking about that, trying to remember, but I couldn't. If she is, okay, so be it. But I didn't ask to borrow anything from her. It was donated to me via her own control of the situation. Like it was her choice, okay? And when I get my money, I promise it's going back to her because you don't give somebody a gift and then take it back. That just doesn't happen. I don't have to do that, but I'm going to do that. And I'm not doing it because I was threatened with lawyers. Bring them on to your little friend over there that's putting you up on her panels. That's a joke. I'm doing it because that's the person I am. Because if you're on disability, you should have never gave it to me to begin with. Okay. If you can't afford it, you should have never gave it to me to begin with. I never asked you for it. You did it because other people were doing it and you wanted to be part of that, I guess. That's the only thing I can think of. So it's very sad what I've done to bring this person into a community that told me she had nobody, that she had no community, that she had no friends, that she had no nothing. All right, sorry guys. Because I care about mostly everybody in my community that I know of. As people, I care about people, period. That's all there is. And she's been going to multiple panels, just making all this bullshit up, putting it all out there. This is the person that was the ringleader, per se, that wanted to go to this channel and troll it because she said she was bored. So I had this meeting with them. She said, they all said, sorry, we shouldn't have done this, so on and so forth. The person that was upset about this said, I deserve a public apology. I said, you know, I kind of agree with you. That was a really bad situation. That's not something you make light of. It's not a joke. And I said, okay. And I said,
I don't think if you're laughing about the Coates account, I don't think that's the real Coates.
no, this one here. You're a liar, Dago. Will be exposed.
King of all things. He goes by Coates.
Oh, okay. I don't know who that is.
But I don't. There was a actual Coates account in here a minute ago. If one of the mods can check that account and just put in the chat how many subscribers it has, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't know that. Steve was just in here, so
Yeah.
be it. Either way, I don't know. But anyway, so that will be being sent back to her. And yeah, that's what I said. Steve didn't say a word, Morty. I didn't see it, but that's okay. Only because I'm choosing to do that, because if it's really that upsetting to you, that's fine. Now, it's also been put out there. I've been here 2 years and I've talked about my merchandise stuff on and off that people have been asking me for 2 years. And I drug my feet on it because I didn't really know what I was going to do on it.
Thank you, SRB.
How many?
0 subs, and then Alicia said it was made on the 1st of September. It was a fake one.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, thank you for coming in here and giving me a view, though. I appreciate you. So that's going to go back as soon as I have the ability to do that, 100%. And, if there was really a problem, first off, you should have never done it. Second of all, you should have just said something to me instead of making all this bullshit up. Everything I've told you guys is 152% the truth. Okay. I have no reason to not tell you at this point because I'm all over YouTube as this bad person. It's all out there. So, bullshit. It's bullshit. And I'm going to give you the absolute truth on it. And if anybody chooses not to believe it, that's on you. I don't care at this point. I'm very disappointed in a lot of people that have taken this and ran with it, that have known who I am for multiple years now and have never questioned me until somebody else says something. That's something that bothers me, knowing that I've been doing what I've been doing the way I've been doing it for years. I've questioned myself to other people. Am I doing something wrong? Do I seem like I'm being wrong about this? Is this not how I should do this? What am I doing? And I was taught to do those things, like I said in the very beginning, but that's okay. That stuff won't be going on anymore like that. Unless somebody, again, you'll not see my cash apps flowing through anything unless somebody specifically asks for them. That's how that works from here on out. That's it. But anyway, so this other person was the person that supposedly, from my understanding and what I was told by everybody, and actually that person told me it was her idea. She was bored. Because the other person had irritated them so bad, they went over just to irritate her for a little bit. It was wrong. I told them it was wrong. We don't do that stuff. I don't like that. That's not how I push things. Okay. They said, sorry, we won't do it again. Moving on. I went live that night. And the first thing I said was, because she demanded that apology. And I did agree with her that there should be an apology for that situation because of the case she was covering. And I said, listen, I'm sorry that this happened. They shouldn't have done that. They said that it won't happen again. I didn't send them there. I didn't know anything about this. But in turn, once I did that, that one person got so mad at me that she bolted immediately over there, called her and said all this bullshit. She told that person that I knew all about it, which everybody in here that is a moderator can tell you I did not know about it. She told somebody else a lie saying that she started her own private server to keep certain people out of there so they didn't know about it, that I wanted that. No, I didn't. I didn't even know the server was started until I was invited into it later. And I never once said to keep anybody out of that because that's yours. That was her server on her side of things. Never said that either. And there's been multiple other things that have been said that are not true, folks. If you choose to believe these things, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm telling you, everybody that has seen this stuff, heard this stuff, none of it is true that way. Okay. Things have been twisted and contorted and made into a narrative that protects that person and that person alone. And she's gone on to another channel that just chooses out of nowhere to come and do this to me because, like Dan said, I believe that the views are down. Let's go attack somebody and let's get our views up. So be it. I don't get that, but yeah, no, I'm not doing it. Oh, yeah. And then the Discord scenario, I forgot about that. is telling people that my Discord has all these secret rooms in it. It doesn't, folks. I have a couple channels that are just for mods. Every creator I know that has a Discord has specific channels that are for mods, so that you can communicate with your moderators before and after shows and things you need to do with your show. There's nothing secret about it. You just, if you're not a moderator, you don't get to go in there because the people in the community don't see everything that goes on before and after show where you talk about rules and stuff like that. That's just the way that works in multiple channels, not just mine. And the other channels I have in there, you guys, are like for your pets and cooking recipes and stupid shit like that. That's all they are. And they're public access to everybody that belongs to the Discord. There's nothing that's a secret in there other than if I were to go into my Discord and my mod channel to talk to my mods, it's just so that I can explain things to them, tell them what the rules are or aren't. And we can talk about if there's been any problem people in the community so that not everybody sees it and it doesn't upset people and they don't think this or that. I don't know, Morty. I'm sorry, I couldn't tell you. So there's that. Let me see here. I think I've covered what I needed to. Is there anything that anybody in here has any questions about that has been put out that I haven't touched on? If I can ask it, I'm just trying to make sure I hit everything, you guys, so that everybody knows I'm being straightforward and on the up and up with everything.
There is one more thing that was brought up to me privately that
Okay.
I'll kind of talk around it. I think you'll probably know who I'm talking about. Their initials are BB, somebody else that was accused of scamming a couple years ago. Okay.
Just type it in the private chat.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Is there an H in between that? Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's a good point. Thank you, Dan. I'll put it straight out there. That's fine.
Because somebody has been stuck on this for 2 years, accusing Dago of being part of this alleged scam.
Mm-hmm.
And I can vouch for certain because that's when I was still, around Dago's pretty much almost daily. Me and Dago had like when I started seeing things that I questioned, me and Dago had a conversation about it, and we both reached the same conclusion. Dago had no part of that, I'll say alleged scam, because we still don't know for sure that it ever was a scam.
So, yes, and I thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate it. I can't remember everything, you guys. I'm going to show you some other stuff. Thank you, Doodle, for reminding me. So, this person's name Doodle Bug is one of my mods that shoots something.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in the chat.
Oh, she's in there. She's in there.
Oh.
She's just kind of sitting there quietly. Where the hell was I saying? Oh, okay. The account's name was Bronx Born. She was a big part of our community, my channel. I always thought she was a good person. It was a Sunday afternoon, and this is another thing I have issue with because I have helped since I'm a scammer and a con artist. And there's people that are in this community right now that will tell you I've done this. I've helped multiple people financially where I've given them money. Okay. Since I'm scamming people, there's Doodle right there. Since I'm scamming people, I've handed money out to people multiple times to help with holidays, to help with private little things they're going through, this and that and everything else. Okay. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. So Bronx Born was the account. Okay, she was going through, I guess it was a Sunday afternoon. I get a message through Twitter when I was still on Twitter. Dago, I'm in a situation. I've been sleeping on the subway. She's from New York. I'm sleeping on the subways. My husband and I got into a scenario. He gave me threw all my shit in a garbage bag and threw it out on the street. And I went, what the hell? No way. Because I care about people. Once again, I went live immediately in an emergency live stream. There was conversation about domestic violence, blah, 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 so on and so forth. She's sleeping in the subways of New York, folks. That scared the shit out of me. That's dangerous in it, riding on the subways, let alone sleeping there every night. Bullshit. Wait a minute. Dago, I feel this is all bullshit. And I'm sorry, Moni. I'm being quite honest. If you think it's bullshit, my apologies. I am telling you I'm being honest with you. That truly.
No, what they're saying is that they think these accusations are bullshit.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Got you. Thank you, Moni, very much. I'm not always so quick either, guys. It's okay. So anyway, I went live and it was around noon, 1 o'clock. I do remember that. And I was like, there's no way in hell I'm going to let this woman sleep on the subway with a garbage bag of clothes with nothing to do. Okay. I called an emergency. It's all it was, an emergency live stream, because the community I have built surrounds each other and helps each other and supports each other through everything. That's the way it's always been for me. That's why I built this community. She didn't know what to do. She's crying. I called her. She's crying. Everything's upset. So I called this live stream and I told everybody what was going on. And I said, listen, if anybody can donate something, please, then do it. If you can't, don't worry about it. And I think we made her a total of maybe $150. Okay. And I sent it to her. Somebody else in the live stream found a mission for her, or what the hell is it called? Not a safe house, but
like a homeless shelter,
like a shelter. Thank you, for her to go to. That way she could get off the subways, the streets.
Or a women's shelter.
A women's shelter, I think it was, actually. And then we looked into other scenarios to help her out for the future. She ended up, and from my understanding, and last I had heard from her, ended up getting a job, a place, moved forward, so on and so forth. And all I was trying to do wholeheartedly was to help her get off the streets that night, because that's the kind of thing I like to do when I see somebody that's part of this community struggling. And I've done it with more than one person, you guys, more than one person. But I don't know if it was a scam or not. I don't know if she scammed us or didn't scam us, whatever. I didn't think she did. And I'm very naive at sometimes, because I'm always trying to see the good in people. If she did, then she did. I'm sorry. It was nothing I had anything to do with. I was genuinely, from the deepest depths of my heart, trying to help this woman get off of the subway and get into a place where she could be safe and sound and move on with her life. And that's really all it was, you guys, truly. So anybody that thinks any different, I'm sorry you feel that way, but there are multiple people that are still in this community that know about the situation and have never said a word to me other than that. And that's all I can tell you on that. Thank you for bringing that up. I guess it was also brought up, by the way, about my merchandise that I drug my feet on for 2 years, until multiple people said, you need to have it now. Doodlebug helped me set up a store, and she has helped put together the merchandise stuff, because I'm not very creative and I'm not very good at doing certain things, and she knows how to handle that stuff. She offered to do it, and she's been doing it. About what I'm making off of this stuff, I don't make off of this stuff, okay? And I'm going to show you what I do make off of anything that is sold in a t-shirt, okay? In a t-shirt. Let me show you real fast so everybody knows what I'm actually getting off this when I get it. I don't sit here and sell out on this stuff on a daily basis, by the way, you guys. In stock, okay? If you buy a t-shirt, it's $13. I make $1.93 of that. That's it. I don't sell 3,000 t-shirts a week, and I make less than that on I think I make a quarter of that on this if I sell one of these. Again, I've not been selling different things, so I got $1.93 up of a couple t-shirts here and there. That's all I've made.
Well,
when it comes back to me. Sorry, go ahead.
So I'm not I mean, our channel, we don't have any kind of it was brought up about having a merch store, but kind of going back to something, merch store is something that every other content creator for the most part is doing. So why a merch store is any kind of issue is beyond me. Well, but correct me if I'm wrong. So I heard the other day something mentioned about, look how much he's asking for that comforter. You don't really for the most part, don't set the prices on this stuff, do you?
I don't set the prices on any of it. They do that. Printify does that. I have nothing to do with that
Correct.
shit. In fact, I went to the only thing I had the choice of doing is they have different, I think they're distributors that put the stuff together. I chose the cheaper one with the better quality stuff, if that makes any sense. Because I didn't want garbage going out to people. And then, like, I'm wearing one of the shirts right now. That was cute. I just hit myself in the face. These are very good quality t-shirts, folks. They don't shrink. They don't nothing. And I've watched this thing about 300 times. Okay. And anytime that, you know, I think it's funny or cute or interesting, if somebody says something in here towards what we do, it's a good thing. We've made multiple t-shirts of that kind of stuff. If you want one, go get one. If you don't want one, don't buy one. That's all. And this girl is saying that, talking about this stuff, but she's bought stuff. I don't understand that. Now
So
go ahead.
So is that $13? Is that the price you're selling t-shirts for?
That's what it said. That in stock, right?
Okay, so because I know there's a couple other merch stores that I'm familiar with that I would never buy anything from, but I mean they're selling their t-shirts for like $25 a piece.
Yes,
so
sir.
$13 seems very reasonable. But my point was is I heard that the other day, and I'm thinking like, but from my understanding, like Dago doesn't set the prices on this stuff.
No,
It's
and I can show that to you guys. All I did was choose whoever the distributor was, and it was the lowest priced one that sets the prices. Like I've seen some that sell them for 25, 30, 35. There's different variations you can go. I chose the lowest one based on what the best quality was. That's all I could do to make it fair for people. Just as much as like when I said, I don't think somebody that wants a membership to this channel should pay $25. That just blows my mind. I don't think somebody that wants a membership for this channel should pay even $7. $2.99 is the highest I was able to choose that, you guys. I could have set that at $5 for the bottom tier. I could have set that at $5.99, $8.99. I chose the lowest tier, which was, well, no, the second to lowest. The lowest was 99 cents. $2.99 seemed reasonable, and that's why I did it, because I saw a lot of other creators doing the same thing. Either way, but that's all I make if I sell a t-shirt is $1.93. That's it, period. And I don't very often get that. It waits for a little while till it adds up. I think the most I've been sent on this is $12, you guys. And that's after everything that was, you know, I think there were like 5 or 10 t-shirts sold, a couple coffee mugs. And you don't have to buy any of this, the comforter shit. It was just put out there because there's so many options for us to put things out. And she wanted to make sure people had options for different things. People were asking for these things, you guys. Do you have this? Can you make that? Now, I will say one more thing. There's a case that we cover. It's the Sarah Boone case. She's insane. She did something horrific, okay? She locked her boyfriend in a suitcase and let him die.
Is that case still going on?
Yeah, 3-4 years into it, she's just about to hit trial, and she's still trying to get out of it. It's crazy. Crazy, dude. Crazy. So anyway, she's loony. She's crazy. She's insane. And we've made a few t-shirts about Sarah Boone, the loon, and put a bird on the shirt and in pink handcuffs because she's always wearing them. Because I have no qualms with joking about her because she's nuts. She deserves everything she gets. What happened to her boyfriend is horrific to me. It's disgusting. It's insane. That's not a joking matter, whatever. There was a couple pieces of merchandise that were made that probably, since we look back at it, they shouldn't be there. And I removed those now that I thought about it. Okay. And you live and learn, guys. It's a learning situation. And I handled it the way I should. Okay. People were asking for these things, just so you know, though. It'd be cool to have this. It'd be cool to have that. And we set it up for him and then thought about it and said, I don't think that's a good idea. So that's what I'm saying. Welcome, Toby Marie. And thank you, Toby. And God bless you very much. I really appreciate the super chat. Says here, thank you for all you do. Tell the haters to go away. And I appreciate that very much. It like Doodle just said, it was just for fun in a heartbreaking situation. Arctic Fox, he was in here earlier. I don't know if he still is or not, but he made a statement one time and said, you know, if we don't laugh, the people in this community and what we do, we're going to cry because we cover so much disheartening, heartbreaking and just troubling stuff. You have to try to find a way to make something out of it, something good out of this. Find some way to turn a light on in a dark room. Let me put it that way, okay? Because if not, we're going to cry. It's fact, guys. I've cried before on some of the cases I've covered, and you guys have watched me do it. I broke down for it, okay? The point is, it was never meant, that part was never meant in a derogatory way whatsoever against Jorge or George Torres, ever. God rest his soul. And we do what we do in hopes that Sarah Boone gets the absolute highest, thing that she can get for what she's done. So those things have been removed. And, I agree. Poor taste it is. That's why it's been taken down. And my apologies to anybody that may have offended. And that is from my heart, period. It probably was in poor taste. I agree it was. Welcome, V. Good to see you, dear. Thank you for joining us. So that's that. That's done. And that is the truth right there. So that you guys can see it all. And I've showed everything else that has been spoken on, I believe, and proved everything else, guys. None of this has ever been a scam. Nothing I do is ever scammed, ever tried to be a scam. Welcome, CR. Thank you. And welcome back to the sauce. I appreciate you becoming a member again. We appreciate you very much. You can buy the other stuff, Elizabeth, but those specific things that were offensive per se and bad taste are gone and they won't be back. Okay. And that's just because they really are in bad taste. So there is that. But anything else that's there is available to buy, to purchase, should you choose to. So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say, you guys, is that my right hand to God and my left hand to my heart, I've never, ever, ever tried to come out here to scam anybody. I never would. I truly have come to this community to be a voice for the victims that have no voices anymore, to speak about what has happened to them, to show the truth that mainstream media doesn't show, and to how can I even express what I'm trying to say here? It's been a while since I've super chatted. DJ always misunderstood why I sent you these. Never felt forced to. I tip good waiters and good YouTubers. Thank you, Jeff, again for the super chat. God bless. And Jeff was here when I was attacked by somebody else for the same type of things. Okay. And he's here supporting me now. And he always really was. And I appreciate you, Jeff, more than you know. And I thank you very much, my friend. So again, I'm not perfect, folks, by any means. I'm a human being. But I am truly here for no other reason than to be a voice for people, for victims that have no voices anymore. Again, with Idaho, I was accused of making poor decisions and allowing things to come out that probably shouldn't have, so on and so forth. I was new to that type of a case, and still kind of new to true crime in general. I've learned my lesson with it. Okay. And I've controlled my channel and my panels now. You live and learn, guys. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I'm a human being. Like I said, I've never put anything out on purpose. I was accused of giving a platform to somebody that was putting out stuff and making it the case bad, this and that, everything else. I stopped doing that as well. It was never to do the things. It was never for nefarious reasons. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not a nefarious person. People can say whatever they want to say about me. You're wrong. And anybody that knows me knows that that's not true. I will no longer be putting out my personal information, and if I'm in a bad situation, it's never going to be talked about again. I no longer will be putting and streaming my Cash Apps and links unless somebody asks me for one. None of that, because it's obviously a problem, even though it was how I was shown when I first started on YouTube to do it. But I'm not going to do it anymore. That's all there is to it. That was my choice because of the issues that I guess it's caused. Now, it is what it is. Even though I see multiple creators doing it and nobody says a word about these people, just me. Okay, then. I know in my heart that I'm a good person. I know in my heart that I truly care about the cases and the victims that I speak on. I know in my heart that I truly care about the people in the community. And I go to sleep every night and sleep comfortably knowing all of that.
And that's exactly what Pookie said is exactly my opinion. If you have your Cash App or Venmo or whatever streaming at the bottom, and somebody chooses to donate, that's on them.
I understand, and
I mean,
it's to avoid a situation. That's all it is, Dan. Because if it's not there, then I can't be accused of something. Do you know what I mean? But I know what you're saying. I get it.
The people that want to accuse you they're gonna find a way. I mean, going back to all that stuff, I'll just say that I've heard a lot of accusations, and the newer stuff that's coming out, I haven't really been around, so I don't know anything about that. But
right.
I've for the last, really for the last 2.5, 3 years, I've heard a lot of accusations, but I've never really seen any like proof of anything.
Yeah, no, I mean, and there is proof that I've been told. There's proof for this and proof for that. And again, this conversation tonight was not to attack the person that did this. She felt the way she did because she did. Okay, I'm not saying that. Just as much as it's just as much as if I were to feel that way about somebody else. That's my feeling about that situation. Okay. I'm not saying I'm happy with that person because of what has happened, what's conspired, but I'm saying if she saw a situation, okay, there's a red crayon that's sitting here on a desk and it falls off on the floor because my hand was near it. That could be because I bumped it. Or it could be because maybe that desk was off center and it rolled off. It's however you perceive that situation. So I'm not saying that she perceived it in her mind the wrong way. She saw it how she saw it. I'm saying that's not how it was or is. Okay. Yes, I've talked about my personal needs and issues for a long time. When I was in the other community, it's a running joke that I used to talk about needing a hard drive for my computer because I really was on a really piece of shit computer for a long time, guys.
And I can vouch for that because me and you went over that computer you had, and that I wouldn't.
Again and again and again and again. I had no idea how it still ran as long as it did, but it did.
I wouldn't have used that thing for a paperweight.
And I don't even think it's worked that now either, but it got me through where I had to get through. And again, I was talking about it because I was told, tell your community about it because your community will help you. They care. Okay, it'll keep you coming. Okay, I did what was inferred to me and that was recommended to me, and it's wrong. If it's taken wrong, I'm not going to do it, guys. But I've never done it to purposely take advantage of somebody because I don't do that. I couldn't live with myself. I couldn't live with myself if I did that, guys. In my mind, I couldn't sit here and go, you know what you're doing. Why are you doing this? No, that's not it at all. I know, Morty. It was definitely trash. I'm sorry, but the only thing I had at the time was all I had to do. So it was garbage. It was horrible. I get it. And I'm very appreciative of what I have now. And this here was donated by people in a community member to keep me doing what I'm doing for a reason, I was told, because they like me. They want me to be here. They helped me to be here. And I'm beyond grateful. I wouldn't exist right now if it wasn't for this and the people. And I've seen other communities that are grown the same way and supported the same way. If there's anybody that is living that in a bad way that has tried to support me, that's not what I want to know about. That's not what I want it to be about. I'm sorry. And if I knew about it, like I said, I have sent money back to people that I know for a fact are in a bad way and they shouldn't be donating to me. They've gotten upset with me, but it is what it is. I've done that more than once. Okay. I never go to the beach with. Okay, Cap. Thanks, brother, for the $9.99. I appreciate that very much. I don't come out here and beg people. I never have. Some of the people, and not the one specific person, she's never done that. Okay, but some of the people from the other side of things that have accused me of this are the biggest grifters I've ever seen in my life. That have gotten help because they're losing their house. How many times, Dan? How many times has she lost her home?
Who's that?
T.
Oh, Lord.
It's been
half a dozen since I've been around.
And multiple times she's gotten help with it. It happened with me once. That's where that money went. I showed you the receipt on it. Otherwise, I was evicted. I couldn't do that. And it got talked about and brought in here. And my community helped me. And I love every one of them for it. So does my son and my wife, because we were in a situation. And I would be the same person in a community to help to do that too. It was never done to take advantage. The money that I had borrowed is going back to the person when I can. The money that was given to me that was requested by the person, although she stated I borrowed it, I never did. That's going to go back to when I get it. And I will never borrow money from anybody again. That's embarrassing enough, but I was in a spot and I just needed to do something till I got paid. Is all it was, because I thought I was referring to a friend, and that's what I was told friends do for each other. Never, ever, 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 ever have I purposely tried to take advantage of anybody, and I never would. I've never conned anybody. Everything I've ever spoke about is absolute truth. And that's that. That's all there is to it, folks. And like I said, I can't make people believe anything. They'll believe what they want, regardless of what I've shown or don't show. But I showed it all, guys. It's all there. That's all there is. There is nothing else. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to show. I've even showed my community what I actually bring in from YouTube every month. And you can ask any one of these mods in here if I've done that, or if I've done that, or if I haven't. And I have. And it ain't shit, guys. I promise you that much. If I'm lucky, I can pay a bill, especially now. So the people that wanted to do this have accomplished what they've wanted. My channel has shrunk. And I'm losing people because of this. You accomplished your goal. I hope it works out for you.
Well, and I'm not gonna go into, because I know you guys don't really do the drama and details. Yeah, I'm just not gonna go into a bunch of detail. But the person that you were just talking about, the T person, the same people that are kind of like from my side, the same people that are kind of running with this information are the same people that have defended her and said things like, what she does with her money is her business, or defended her when she did a $3,000 GoFundMe and then had to borrow to save her house, but then had to borrow money to save her house when it came time because she spent the money on other things. Or every other week has a broken down refrigerator, or a broken down this, or broken down this, or broken down this. It's like it's nonstop. And the same people that are trying to go after you over this stuff are the same people that defend her over the similar stuff.
Agreed. I get it. Absolutely. So that's all I can tell you guys. I've showed you every bit of it. And just so everybody knows, the money that I owe to the person that I loaned it from, and I told her this just the other day. Sorry, guys. According to my bank, we'll be back there by the 9th. That's 10 business days, and she'll get her money back that day. That's a promise that I made her. And the other person, I will be doing the same, since it's turned into a problem, even though it was donated, never borrowed, because that person was trying to help me, I was told, just as I was trying to help that person. Okay? In different ways, but so be it. I can't make people feel a certain type of way.
Yeah, I just say I wouldn't put a specific date on it, because you put a specific date and then you're one day late and you're going to get accused.
I know, and I get it. That's what I was told. I just told her that's what they told me when I called, because I've kept on it day by day by day. I showed the people in here because I was stupid to it. When they sent me the dispute form, I didn't know how to fill it out because it was kind of in here, and I'm like, how do I move this and do that? They showed me what to do. I sent it back the same day I got it to hurry up and put a rush on it. I talked to the bank the other day, and I told that person, I said, listen, I just talked to them. They told me by this day. I pray to God that's when it's there, but as soon as I get it, it's yours. End of story. So that's all. And that's really it, guys. That's really it. And I'll be honest with you. I'll be truly honest with you. And anybody that really knows me, that's known me for a few years, Dan included, probably Morty too. even the people that have attacked me for these things, Jeff, I think Jeff knows this. He's been in here. Oh, hold on. Wait. But when I called out Dago, I called out Bronx Born back when you attacked me because I said you should not have supported her lies for donations when she claimed she was sleeping. Lena, I didn't know that wasn't, if that was true or not true. All I knew is somebody was in distress. Lena, I would have done that for you. And I didn't even know you. I would have done that for you. And I have done that for people that I don't know. Understand that. I know you've had a hard on for me since this whole thing happened. How do you know that it's not true, Lena? That's what I've never understood. Okay.
Well, and we already touched on this, and I explained that, you know, when I started seeing things that I questioned, me and Dago had a conversation about it that day. And this was probably like 2 days after the initial incident where she said that, you know, she was basically sleeping on a train and everything.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't mean that disrespectfully, Lena. I'm being honest with you. Like, I didn't know at that point whether it was true or false. I didn't care. I just wanted to help somebody is all it was, honestly, Lena. Sorry, go ahead, Dan.
But me and you had a conversation that day, and that's when you know, we both said that, okay, because I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I even had given her money.
You did. I think you donated $20 or $30 to it. Agreed.
And we talked about it. I told you what some of my concerns were, and you said, well, I'm kind of seeing this. You know, you had a couple concerns yourself. So that's when that situation ended. And like you said, to this day, we still don't know that all that was a lie.
Agreed. Right. Now, there is somebody that's in here that has kept in contact with her and said that she's doing better, that she knows. And it's somebody that I would say I trust. Okay. She's actually a mod of mine as well. She's been here for quite a long time and said that she has kept in contact with her in some senses. And it was actually all true, that it really did happen. Okay. And that at that point, it helped her, and we got her into a homeless shelter or a woman's shelter, whatever, which I can't remember which one it was. I can't remember who handled that.
And I don't get, and I just don't get all the outrage about people calling out scammers so much. And I've heard this said many times, like, if you didn't give any money, then why are you so outraged about it? Because I'd hate to even put the number out there of how much money, you know, between the person we're talking about and, you know, the Amazon wish list for somebody else that me and Dago are very familiar with, Stacy. The Amazon wish list that I cleared, probably close to $300 for a Christmas giveaway. The amount of money that you know, our group gave away for Thanksgiving and Christmas, you know, almost $2,000 between those two holidays. And one of those holidays was given to a person that I did not want to give her the money that I gave her, but
oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, right.
I mean, people won and wanted that money forwarded to her, and who am I to say no? I ain't forwarding. I'm you know, and even to this day, the little bit of money that I've made off of YouTube, not one penny of it has went into my bank. Well, I mean, it has went into my bank account, but it's went right back out. I've given it all away.
Right. I've seen you do that. Right. And mine goes into my what I do here to pay the bills. And yes, I have bought groceries with it, and I paid a bill with it to help my wife out with what she's doing. That's all I've done with it. I didn't buy a fucking Ferrari, because I sure as hell don't make that kind of money or anything like that, you guys. And I've donated it back to other people. I've given memberships to people that want them. I've given money to people that couldn't have Thanksgiving. I've given people to people that couldn't have Christmas. I've done the same things, and the people are in here. I'll tell you, yes, he has done that because I've done it. Okay. And Steve, I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot about that part. He says, I still don't believe that Bronx had her bank account hacked and that the bank did absolutely nothing to help her. My understanding, to go back to that, I forgot about that part, Steve, was that I can't remember the amount, but supposedly a very close friend of hers had a boyfriend that was into hacking or something, and hacked into their bank account. And do you remember that amount, Dan? It was like $72,000 or something like that, I think, or maybe more. And that's what started the whole thing with her husband. And that's why she got thrown out, because it was her friend.
I feel like it was more than that, but
Like,
I don't remember.
It was a couple 100,000. Lena, listen, you're taking me wrong, dear. I am not defending her. I'm telling you, I don't know to this day. I can't tell you definitively if it was true or if it was a scam. I don't know. All I knew is that somebody that was part of this community, that had been part of the larger part of the community, was in trouble. And I just wanted to help that person, because at that point, I didn't know if there was a scam being done. I was just trying to help, hon. I wasn't trying to scam anything. I didn't get anything out of it.
Well, and also, like, for a little bit of clarification, it was never, I don't think the claim was ever that it just randomly, her bank account randomly got hacked. Her bank account was supposedly drained by a friend.
Yes. That's exactly, it was her best friend. She grew up with this girl. Their mothers were best friends. This is the story I'm remembering now. And what's up? There's Lazy right there. Good to see you, brother.
And
her boyfriend did it. That's what it was.
Yeah. Even now, do I believe that? I'm not going to say one way or the other.
We don't know. I understand what you're saying, Steve, that you don't believe it. And I respect that you don't believe it. I can't say whether I do or I don't, because I don't know. Was I taken advantage of? And then in turn, other people were taken advantage of? That's very possible. I'm not defending it by any means, Lena. I'm saying I can't tell you that I know or don't know. All I was trying to do was be a human being and help somebody. That's it. And if it's wrong, then I'm sorry that it happened. I'm telling you right now, if it was a scam, I'm sorry that I set that up. It wasn't something I did on purpose.
Lena, nobody's saying they believe anything.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I believe it. I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that, listen, there's somebody, I think Brandy just said it. Brandy was on the phone speaking to her, talking to her, and her husband grabbed the phone from her hand. And I don't remember what she said, but Brandy just said something about it up here. Right here. Told Brandy that if you didn't fucking stop with this or something like that, that he would find her and do something to her or something. That was the husband, supposedly, because the husband, she was trying to hide out from him because he was being abusive and all this other shit. That's the story that we were told. Brandy was on the phone with Bronx when this happened, supposedly, okay? And told me about it. And that's why she put it back in the thing. I don't know word for word. Brandy can tell you what he said. So it every bit of it looked like a real situation, you guys. I don't know. My honest to God, right hand to God on my children's lives, my grandchildren's, I don't know. If we were scammed, I'm sorry that I helped to facilitate that, but I didn't do it on purpose, folks. I was genuinely trying to help somebody, period.
But it's to me, it's no different than the other person that I just mentioned that, people are convinced was scamming Stacy, because a lot of people, when she was trying to get money together for Christmas presents to buy for these, kids that were in, I don't remember if it was orphanage or homeless or what it was, but when she was doing that, there were a lot of people that were sharing that out. So are they all implicated in her scam just because they were putting it out there?
No, that's not how it works. And that's it right there, Pookie. The intention was good. Even if she lied, that's on her if it's a fact. I had no idea. There was no premeditation like, hey, Dago, let's do this and do that. It's $150 flipping dollars, folks. That's all it was. Nothing more, nothing less. And, she did send me a couple pictures of her staying at in this place and a picture of a meal she was eating at one time. And that's all I got out of it, truly. Lazy. There is the Bronx situation is a whole thing. I don't care. I'll say it. Bronx went around basically saying everything what everyone else is saying about her living on this. That's all we knew, right or wrong. Truly.
Well, Lena said it was 2 days later. She was in, it would have been in the evening because Charlie always went live in the evening, that she was in Charlie saying that she was doing good. It was 2 days later when me and Dago had a conversation earlier in that day where we said, yeah, this isn't sounding right to us.
Right. And we both questioned it right off the gate. Like, okay, now what? Did we get scammed? I don't know. You know, but when I questioned it, that's why I've never said anything else about it. And I'll put it this way, guys. If that same person were to come to me with the same type of scenario again, I'm going to tell you, I'm probably going to back away from it. Okay. Because now I'm not comfortable at that point. That's all I can say. And so therefore, again, Lena, I'm not downgrading what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm telling you, I never knew right or wrong. And that's why Dan and I had that conversation. Like, something ain't right. If you're going through a situation like this and you're in somebody else's stream saying everything's great, 2 days later, something's not right. So I can tell you, it does look like some kind of a way. I've never said it didn't. All I'm saying is I don't know and didn't know that day. I was thrown into that situation within a period of a couple hours, and all I tried to do was help somebody. That was the only intent with it, folks, period.
And if I remember correctly, it wasn't something that you heard about it, you know, at 8 o'clock in the morning and then decided to go live at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It was like you heard about it, and then you immediately your first reaction was to go live and try to help her out. You
100%.
didn't even have time to think about it. All you knew is one of your supporters was supposedly kicked out and had no place to stay. And
even saying that, she wasn't just my supporter. She was a very big part of the community that we had built, all of us. You know, all of us were in fact, boom, there's another one. Lazy real quick said, by the way, I like your new icon, bub. Bronx told me like at 3 a.m. that she got thrown out by her husband. Who gets thrown out at 3 a.m. by their spouse? I don't know. Just saying, that one didn't add up for me. If you're having a fight in the middle of the night, it can happen. I mean, I don't know, but that's a good point, Lazy. And Robin and Gizmo. Robin was in here at that point in time and part of it. And I think Robin may have even donated to that situation and said, I was here then. It didn't seem like a scam. I don't know for sure, though. And that's the same feeling I had. And listen, Lena, again, no disrespect intended. If it was a scam, it very well could have been. I'm not supporting it, and I'm not denying that it was a scam or it could have been a scam. I'm telling you, at the moment that I got it, within the 2-hour period of time that all of it took place, I was just trying to help her because she was part of Charlie's community. She was part of my community. She was part of Morticia's community. She was part of everybody's community around there. She was a very big part of it. She was in all of our streams all the time. She was in every one of our streams, to be honest with you. So all we were doing was trying to help a friend, per se. End of story. And if she got a scam out of it, then she got $150 out of a bunch of people that were truly trying to help her because we cared. That's all there was. And if it's a scam, then shame on that person, truly. But again, I think that's all we were trying to do was help somebody, guys, at that time. This was what, Jesus, almost 3 years ago. So just saying. And that's really it, Paula. I was just trying to do something good. I promise you folks, on my life, my soul, I was just trying to do something good.
What Pookie's thinking right along the lines I was. He said, I gave some money to a guy on the corner. He said it was for food, and then I seen him with a beer. I think I got scammed. Not only was Pookie scammed, he was part of the scam.
Yeah.
You're just as guilty because you were part of the scam, because it's just I don't get it.
And that's it, Robin. Robin says she tried to help simply because she has been helped. Period. People are people, folks. We can't control when somebody tells you I don't have anywhere to sleep tonight. I'm gonna sleep on the subway. And you know that they live in New York City. Guys, we don't have to watch the news to know what goes on in the subways in New York. I was petrified for this woman immediately. I didn't think squarely possibly about what this could be, because that woman, that's another thing. That woman never, ever before that, unless somebody else in here can tell me that woman never before that had ever come off with anything out of hand, crazy, scam, anything like that. It was always the norm. And then boom, that happened. That's why I never thought of it. Never thought of it. Okay. So if it was a scam, my apologies. I didn't support that. I didn't push that. I didn't create that. I just tried to help someone. That's all I can say about it. Okay. And I'm sorry, Lena, if that's not what you want to hear. That's all I can tell you, though, because that's the truth. You know, and that's like Morty said. Yeah, I agree. If we got fooled, then shame on us. And that's how that goes. You fool me once, shame on you. You fool me twice, shame on me. It won't happen again like that. Okay. You can't really vet that situation when it's happening in an emergency crisis situation. You have to just kind of jump on it, and you can't call around and go, well, do you know if she's, well, I'm going to call your husband and ask if he threw you out. What? We can't like vet any of those situations. That's all I'm saying. So again, all due respect. And I think I've said this before, Lena, I'm not trying to say that you're wrong. And I'm not trying to say that I'm right. I'm just saying I don't truly know. And I just wanted to help somebody. And I think everybody that was in the community at that time, that's all they wanted to do. So just as much as if Dan would have came here and said, yo, which would never happen, but this is my situation and I'm stuck. And I don't know what to do, Dago. Okay, I'm going to go live and do this. I've shut streams down for people multiple times to help them. I've that person that attacked me throughout this mess, I shut a stream down and took her into Discord to make sure she had somebody to talk to because she was going through a very bad situation in her personal life. And I wanted to be there for her. Okay. So I shut my stream down and ended it early and did that. And I've done that more than once since I'm such a bad person. That's all I'm saying.
I swear me and Pookie are we've got to be twins because we think alike, because he thought exactly what I was thinking.
When I said that's what I thought too. When I said the whole thing, as soon as I said it, it went boink. Okay. Good job there, Dago. But yeah, 100%. That's why I kind of snickered a little bit. Anyway, I don't know. Does anybody have any other questions or statements to go along with this? Anything else you need me to answer or talk about? I think I've covered everything, truly. I really do. I'm not a bad person, you guys. I don't have a bad cell in my body, as far as I can tell. I'm always thinking of ways to help people. I'm always thinking about the victims of the cases that we're talking about. I may have made bad decisions. I'm not perfect. Okay. I'm learning very quickly about trusting people and getting close to people and misreading people and misjudging people. I thought I was good at that. I guess I'm not. And I've changed that about myself, but I'm trying to change it even more. And letting people get close to me that I probably shouldn't too quickly.
I hope
my trust issues. Go ahead.
I hope I'm reading this comment right that Lovey put. Now to find out that this was 3 years ago. If she's talking about the Bronx Born, not only was it 3 years ago, we're talking like $150 tops. We're not talking thousands of dollars.
It was $150. That was donated between, I think I donated, Dan donated, a few other people donated, and it equaled out to be $150.
You donated to your own scam, Dago?
Mm-hmm. I donated $35, if I remember right, because that's really all I had left. In fact, I remember claiming that when I was accused of the scam part of it. I'm like, I threw my last $35 into this. So that makes a lot of sense. So was there something that Sunshine put up that I didn't see?
Oh,
I'm not perfect, guys. I'm really not. And I try to do the best I can out here. I really do. And that's all I've ever done. That's all I'll ever do. I can't say much more than that, Let me see. I'm just double checking the comments to make sure that I'm hitting everything. And making sure. Thank you for stopping by the way, Robin. I didn't get to say that. Yes, and that's what it was at that point in time, Sunshine, is that's what felt right to do in my heart at that point in time. Truly. And that's the person I've always been. Okay.
Mind of Monsters said if you were a bad person, families of these cases would not come on panel, nor would I.
And I appreciate that, Mom. I do. I call her Mom because mind of monsters, you know. So, Mom is a great person. She's an amazing person, and I appreciate you being here to support me in this, Mom. I really do. And that's my thought as well. I've helped other families, by putting their voices out there and their stories out there. And like she just said, she's told me that herself before, and I appreciate that very much. And my biggest downfall, it's to a fault, you guys, and I've been accused of it too many times, and I've upset other people because of it, is seeing the good in everyone. I've had to stop doing that, and it really breaks my heart. It's very disappointing how many people out there that I thought would be good people that are not, that would follow me around as long as I'm spreading drama or talking about dramatic shit in true crime. And as soon as I stop doing it, poof, they're gone. And that's not what true crime is about, you guys. I'm sorry to say that, but it's not. Good to see you too, Pookie. I appreciate you, brother. Damn, I miss you guys. I really do. This guy used to make me laugh every flipping day.
Oh, dude, if you could only see
Every day.
if you could only see some of the stuff that goes on in our group chat.
I miss it. I really do.
With me, him, Bowser, and Lazy.
I miss Bowser. I miss Lazy. I mean, I miss all you guys. I mean, I really do. It was a lot of fun being around you guys, and you guys really kept me above water in a lot of ways. So,
or hell, if you could see, because we got another chat that's me, Bowser. Well, I'm not going to name everybody, but there's other people in there.
Right.
Morty, Wolf Den. If you could see some of the stuff that gets posted in there.
Oh, I can imagine. Go to your game, Pookie. Enjoy it, brother. And I hope the
Morty's back.
There she is. And she says, Dago, we are always here for you, the wicked ones. Yes, ma'am. And I'm always here for you. All of you. Pookie, Bowser, Lazy, Popper, Morticia. At the drop of a dime, I'm there for you guys. And you know that's never going to change.
I wouldn't exist. James.
Phoenix, yes. James, Wolf, all of them. I go into Wolf's Den all the time when he's live, just to hang out in there sometimes, I missed you. I missed you too, V. I'm grateful to have you here. I really am. And I really thought, guys, after doing this today, I appreciate that, Pookie. I'd love to see you in here. Just your comments alone keep me. They keep me animated. I'll put it that way. And I love you, brother. I do. I really thought about. I told some people last night. I think Miss Paula and a few other people that I'm gonna do this, put my stuff out, and maybe walk away. But I'll be honest with you guys, because I don't know who to trust anymore. I don't know who is good and who's not good. I just don't know anymore, and it's kind of alarming. It's upsetting because people are putting me out there that I'm not good, but no, that's not at all. And I don't feel like I've done anything that's not good, guys. I come in here every time I do a live stream with the intentions of helping a situation and nothing less. Okay, I don't come in here thinking about how much money am I going to make today and what am I going to get out of it and blah, blah, blah. It's nothing like that at all. That's the last thing that I think about. Okay,
I said it to you earlier on the phone today. There's people that have a bone to pick with you, don't like you for whatever reason, and you could put out whatever proof you want to put out. They're still gonna believe the bullshit, even though there's not proof of the bullshit. It's just they're weak-minded in that way.
I have to agree. Thank you, Brandy, and I appreciate that. And I'll be honest, guys, I really do appreciate the support that I have. Yes, Bling, I agree with that. From everybody in here that is here to support me, and I even appreciate, like I said, the people that are here to not support me. I do. If I'm doing something, then tell me about it, okay? But I'm really not trying to, you guys. I promise you, I'm not.
Morty said that we don't have her in the boys chat group because of how nasty we are. Can you imagine how bad that's got to be?
If it's going to offend her, yeah.
To make Morty blush.
That's actually hard to believe, to be honest with you.
It's because it's not true.
She's made me blush. She's made me blush
It's not true whatsoever. Yeah, she makes me blush all the damn time.
on a regular basis. I can tell one time she made a comment about her Pillow Talk stream, and I went, "Oh God!" And I was so embarrassed at that point. There's no way, Morticia, that that's true at all. Thank you, Paula.
I mean, I've learned that. I mean, fairly recent, over the last year or so, I've learned that it's very rare for anybody to have any kind of a falling out and just go their own way and not turn it into some bullshit. But that seems to be what everybody, a small falling out, and they've got to turn it into, like, make the shit public, make up lies. I mean, it happened to me recently. A lot of lies got put out there.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why people just can't have a falling out and just go their own separate ways.
And I don't either. And that's the one person that this kind of started from. I said this earlier and I'm gonna say it again. It had nothing to do with channel content or anything like that. Okay. It was because she was upset with me because she thought that I was conning people out of money, because I had borrowed money from a person and she thought I lied and I never tried to give it back, which I did. And I've shown proof of that to the person that I borrowed the money from. And she told me she believed it and she was okay with it and she'll get her money back when I get it. Facts. And that's what I was told it was about. And it had nothing to do with channel content or jealousy or any of that stuff, that it was just about that type of scenario. And that the issues that were there with the moderators. Okay. And that was it. And all this other stuff came because, like I explained to you guys, that the other side of the fence over there that dislikes me for all sorts of reasons found an in to latch on like a parasite and grab a hold of what she said and try to drown me with it. Just like that other person that has done all these panels and told the lies and the bullshit and put it out there. No, none of that stuff is true. Okay. Come to me instead of doing what the other person that held the panel that had the channel should have done, is come to me personally and said, I heard this, and this. Is this true? And then we can have a conversation. That's what anybody in this situation should do. Not bring somebody on that is angry with that person, first off, because she was angry with me when this all happened. Or it still is. I don't care. At this point, I've never done anything but try to help that girl. I felt bad for her in a lot of ways. I was going to create another channel for her to help her, to give her something to do that she enjoyed, to be part of something. That's all that was all about. I've never done that for anybody else in here. And I'm slapped in the face for it. Okay, so be it. You don't like me? You don't like what I did? Then tell me that. Don't do some bullshit and make up lies about me to try to make people look down on me for something that's not true. SRB, thank you very much for the 99 super chat. Chance, can't see how much we appreciate you all. I guess I'm donating to my own theft ring. Yes, there's no theft ring going on. There's nothing that's ever been stolen from a person out of here. There's never anything been conned from anybody or any of that. But thank you for that, SRB. I appreciate and God bless.
Doodlebug said something about my radio voice. I don't.
Dude, you know what what we're talking about.
I mean, I've heard you say it before, but I don't.
All right, I'm not doing a poll, but how many people in this room, and not just the ladies, please, because I've been through this with the women before with him, think that this guy has the perfect radio voice or the perfect announcer of voice? Because I said that when I first met you the first night, dude. And if you do, put a 1 in this chat, please.
Morty, you can only vote with one account. Don't be getting on all your troll accounts voting for yes.
Dan the man. Look, love his voice. I said not just the ladies either. True Seeker, Meta Mom, Bobby. See, there's a guy. Thank you, Bobby, and thank you for being here, Gianna, Meta Mom. We are putting 1s. Yes, Mom. Lazy said F and Morty. You're right. Let's see. Miss Toby says, and I've done radio. Oh, Jesus, Morticia, come
Good
on.
Lord.
We're not doing it. We're not doing it. See, here's the blushing.
Pillow talk with Dago.
Yeah, nope. We ain't doing it. We ain't doing it. Miss Brandy, good God, there's about 15 ones. Sexy voice popper. That's what they've always called him. V says it. And Robin says this is a joke, but what came to mind is a face for radio. I think he's got that too. I don't know why you don't do that, dude. Your voice is perfect for it. Even your laugh, dude. I mean, it's crazy. What's up, Groot? Everybody put a 1 in the chat, guys. I'm just saying, men and women. So, and Miss Sherry Wisdom here says Popper's smooth. I agree. Very calm. He's always been very calm. Even when he gets upset, he still sounds calm.
I mean, things have changed a little bit over the last.
Well, YouTube will change anybody. I can promise you all that.
Yeah.
Well, hell.
And I don't think I blush nearly as easy as I used to when I first came around. I think Morty kind of broke me of that.
I still do. Especially with Morticia, I do. I absolutely do. And I'm like, what do I say now? But anyway, amazing people, you guys. Dan, thank you. I want to say again, thank you very much.
Oh, not a problem.
For coming in here. Thank you very much, Dan, for becoming the first person to subscribe to me 3 years ago when I came to YouTube, for being my first moderator, for sitting with me for 6.5 hours and talking to me alone because I didn't know how to share it out. I even have to thank somebody that didn't like me at that time, Steve Billings, for sharing it out. I don't know why he did it, but he did. And eventually people came in. But thank you for everything, including tonight. You've been a real person to me. You've been a friend to me. And I'll never forget that, ever. I promise you that. Morticia, the same to you. Thank you for being who you've been to me as a friend, as a person, as a human being. Thank you for bringing me in and keeping me under your wing and teaching me the things you've taught me and showing me the way to go to do the right things that you've taught me. I appreciate that from you. Lazy. Again, Lazy was another first person that spent hours with us in there. There was the 3 of us. Didn't we do like an 8-hour stream or a 12-hour stream or something one night, all night?
Yeah, I think there was like a 7.5 hour stream was our longest,
and it was overnight, like the whole thing.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, there were times where we would go live and for 4 or 5 hours, and then I mean the Paul Zaborski the Paul Zaborski time where me and you got on a phone call afterwards and ended up being on a phone call till like 7 o'clock in the morning talking about that.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Green Eyed, for the super sticker. God bless. I appreciate you. This guy right here is just, I can't tell you enough. I've never met him in person, but I can tell you if we ever did, it would be a good time. I really enjoy this guy. He's a really good person. He's a great friend, and he's always been there. Anytime I pick up the phone to call, you see him sitting here right now. It doesn't matter. And he would be a great friend to anybody, guys. I'm just telling you. I'll be there if you want me. I can promise you that, Morticia. I told you, always and forever. It's never going to change. There it is. Lazy says, remember the 8 to 9 hour stream all through the middle? Yes. And Lazy he was like, let's do it again. We need another one of those. He loved it. He was up all damn night long. I'm like, Jesus, kid, don't you get tired? Nope.
Yeah. So live stream will have to wait until I don't have my calendar sitting in front of me, but I know I definitely don't have any days off the rest of this week, next week. And the following week. I think the following week I'll be off. So let me pull up a calendar. I did have my work calendar pulled up here just a minute ago, but
I think I'm going to do one of these nights. If I can get you free, Lazy, Morty, and anybody else that wants to, just to come on for just a bullshit stream for nothing and just hang out and talk and bullshit and just whatever. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
21st and 22nd. That'll be my next 2 weekend days off.
There's your rules, Dan. You
What's
go
that?
live when I tell you to. she kills me. I swear to God, I love it.
I mean, if you want to do a weekday stream now, I do have a couple days off this coming week.
I'm down for it, lazy. Seriously, it needs to happen. I do decompression streams, just so you guys know. I think Dan's popped into a couple where I'll either play music or we do trivia or just bullshit. They're called decompression streams because everything we do in true crime is just so horrible. I'm gonna do one time. I'm gonna invite Lazy and everybody else, and we'll just sit here and bullshit and do what we used to do. We used to have a blast with it, you guys. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, even Pennywise. I mean,
yes. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Pennywise. That dude was a trip. I'm telling you, he was. Good God. Dan is gonna make me put his dog collar on and make him get up. Oh, Jesus Christ, Morticia. Wow. Nothing changes. Yeah, we're gonna do one night, guys. If I can get all them to join us in here, we will be. It's a good time. It really is.
What I get? Oh,
that's so cute, B. When I talked to Dago on the phone, I was so shy. I felt like I was talking to a celebrity. That's cute. Thank you, V. V's been so supportive of me since I started in true crime. She's so sweet too. Walt, here, you guys would have to. You guys got to watch this guy. You guys would get a kick out of Walt. He reminds me of Bowser and Pookie wrapped in one. It's hilarious. So, absolutely, Morty. Whenever you want, whenever Dan's available, Lazy, anybody, we need to just do it and have a ball with it, please.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I could go live pretty much any night of the week. It's just if I have to work the following day.
Yeah, of course. And we can do it there, over there, here, Morty's, wherever you guys want to do it. I don't care.
I can't be going live till midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning because I get up at about 4:30 in the morning for work.
There was a few times that you did that on work nights where you were still in there at 1 o'clock in the morning and you had to get up at 4. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Go to bed.
Well, I mean, so the when you first started going live, I was on nights, so that worked out okay because definitely those hours anyways. Now I'm on days, so
right again, absolutely. Oh, listen before everybody leaves, if guys, anyone that's in this community or anyone else, spread the word. If anybody out there can hear me, if anyone has a question about something I've done, something you've heard, it's all right, Candy. Thank you for joining us, Candy girl. But thank you for being here. And you have a question about something you've heard, seen, been told, just come to me, and I promise you I'll talk to you about it instead of any of this stuff.
Yeah, I won't be on panel for that one, Morty. I could talk a little crap, but I can't be doing the pillow talk.
That's the one that embarrassed me before when she started talking in that voice, and I could feel myself shrinking down in the chair. I'm going, I can't speak on this. Yeah, because she has that voice when she starts doing that. I'm like, oh God.
She does that to me. She does that to me sometimes. She'll call me, "What are you doing?"
She did to me before. Yes. She's a trip. Yes, Bonnie, you would love the channel. I think all of you would. You guys all need to go over and subscribe to the Wicked Ones channel. I think you would absolutely love it. And go check out Dan's channel. It's very comedic.
I mean, I don't do anything with my channel. I kind of moved all that content over to the Wicked Ones channel.
Oh, did you? Okay, yeah. Well then just go check it out. Subscribe if you guys will. There's the link. Thank you, Doodle. I'm telling you guys won't be disappointed. And I'm not just saying that. There is drama.
Yeah, and that's what I was just gonna say, because I know Doodle said earlier that she's not really doesn't really like the drama so much, so probably not a good place.
It's comical though, Doodle. You would like the comedy side of it all. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, some of the videos that I made, yeah, but the live streams, that could be drama filled.
Yes, they are, but it's still entertaining in a sense. I'll put it that way. So if nothing else, just go subscribe and check it out. See what you think. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But I promise you, I think you'll love it. That's truly what I think, because it's created and run by some really, really, really amazing people. Yes, it is Morty. You can't go wrong with that. Morticia's been around, by the way, you guys. Jesus Christ, 10 years, maybe. Am I right, or is that too much?
Since the beginning of times.
Yeah, yes. Since YouTube was birthed, I believe. But anyway, yes, you will. Damn it, Dan.
Morticia was the first YouTube dating profile. You know, that's what YouTube was originally created for, right? As like a dating.
Yep, it was a dating type thing, right? Yes, it has been. That's true. Very true. That's never going to change, I don't think, either. Welcome, Tracy from over the pond. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. And that's, I agree, Robin. The dumb drama, not the nasty trash stuff. I get it. The hog roasts. I remember those. Good God.
I mean, a lot of our live streams that tends to be what it turns into.
Everyone I've ever seen, yes. SRB. I think Cassie would get a kick out of it for sure. Just saying. Thank you, Lovey, for that, for subscribing. It's appreciated. 2017 is when Morty came out here, so it's been a while. I knew it's been a while. Matchmaker group. I didn't even know those existed. That's crazy, Toby. Awesome. I really am appreciative of everybody that came out here. Again, everybody that's here that supported me, God bless. I appreciate every bit of it from my heart. And that's fact. And everybody else that was here just to hear what I was saying, thank you for being here as well and listening to what I had to say. I really do appreciate that. The community that's the community here, you know, I love every one of you guys 100%, and I would not do this without you. And like I said, I actually had a conversation last night because I was so broken, I guess you could say, and overly frustrated with it. I'm going to come out here and put this out, bring the truth, show the proof, and I'm probably going to walk away. But I'll be honest with you. I can't do that. I can't do that for multiple reasons, okay? I can't do that because you guys have all supported me for so long and so much. Yeah, it's all drama, Stevie. It was all drama. Thank you.
I got a question for you. I'm
Yes,
sure
sir.
you still do the maybe not the streaming, but into the like the paranormal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So do you know who the have you ever heard of the channel The Paranormal Files?
Yeah, definitely. I watch the stuff. Yeah.
Do you? I woke up the other morning because I fell asleep to something on YouTube, and I woke up to one of their videos. I subscribed to them. They did a video probably a year and a half ago about the Blair Witch Woods, and I subscribed to them because I thought it was a good. Matter of fact, I think me and you talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it might have been a little bit longer ago than that. But so I'm subscribed to them. Don't really watch a lot of their stuff, but I woke up to one of their videos playing. I got to send you the link to that because the shit that was going on in that video was crazy.
What was it about? Thank you, Memo. If that's Memo, Jesus, I haven't seen that name in a long time. I appreciate it.
Let's see videos. Cecil Hotel Midnight.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I think I covered that actually in one of my paranormal nights.
So it was about an asylum in I believe it was Connecticut. Norwich Asylum.
Norwich. It was on the tip of my tongue. I couldn't. Okay, yeah. I think I've actually seen that one.
Yeah,
pretty wild.
That's one where like he says like can you whistle for me? And he whistles like a little tune. And then they've got that, I don't know what it's called. It's the thing they put in the floor and like it
Yeah.
beeps. And
Right.
it kind of beeps in the same tune that he whistled.
Same
And
tune? Yes. I watched that. Yeah. That's interesting. The Paranormal Files is actually really pretty good. I've watched quite a bit of it, and it's really like, wow. And some of that stuff I'd love to be able to show that stuff when we do our paranormal nights, but you can't because of copyright stuff. And so I show other stuff that's related and stuff like that. We have a pretty good time when we do the paranormal stuff. And again, it's mostly always just decompression to get away from the crazy stuff we've covered throughout the week. And then we just kick back and enjoy it. That's all, really. That's all. So I think that's about it, though. I don't want to keep you too long because it's like 10:30 and I know you got to work tomorrow. So it's a little longer.
Yep, sure do.
I'm sorry again. Just an hour. Just need an hour. Yeah. Anyway. Sorry.
Yeah, this week was a little screwed up because of the holiday. What was today? Thursday? Was today Thursday?
Thursday, yeah.
No, today's Friday, right?
No, today's Thursday. Wait. Hold on. Jesus Christ. I have a calendar in front of me. I'm pretty sure it's the 6th.
Yeah, today's Friday.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What? I lost a day?
Yep.
See, this is what this shit's done to my head, you guys. Good God.
So typically this week I would have had Wednesday and Thursday off, but because of the holiday
I completely lost a day. I thought today was Thursday.
It's completely got me screwed up. Having Monday off.
We were supposed to do sorry guys, but we were supposed to do a paranormal thing tonight, but this was more important. So I'll probably do something paranormal tomorrow then. Just to make up for it. If anybody's interested, of course, still. Wow. I can't believe I lost a day. Where did I lose how and where did I lose a day? I remember Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday. Take care, V. Thank you so much again for joining us. How did it?
Well, Monday was Labor Day, so
that's what happened. There it is.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Okay. Bingo. Thank you. I'll be damned. I have ADHD and time. Wait. ADHD and time blindness. I never know what day or time it is. I think I'm with you on that one. So yeah, we'll probably do something tomorrow on paranormal though. But Dan, again, thank you, brother. I appreciate you more than you know. If you need to go ahead and get out of here, get to bed.
Yeah, I still need to because I kind of got stuck at work a little bit late today. So when you called me, I had literally wasn't probably more than like 5 steps in my door.
Yeah, so, and I again thank you for I had to put you off for 2 days. My wife got sick and I had she was really bad the first night. It was kind of unnerving, and then yesterday, and maybe that's where I lost a day too.
I'm gonna start calling you Morticia. She does that to me all the time.
I'm gonna be 50 years old in November, and I'm just gonna keep blaming it on that. That's all I can do. So, yeah, I think that's part of what it was. And I'm like I said, I appreciate you understanding the 2 days that I couldn't do this, that I was going to do it. And that's why I didn't do this until now, guys. My wife got sick Wednesday now, I guess it was Wednesday night, and I was up all night long, didn't sleep at all. Thursday, I stayed with her throughout that, and then she started feeling better last night. And I'm like, okay, we're going to come and do this today and get it over with. So thank you. Thank you. And anything you need, Dan, ever, which is never going to be never for me, but thank you. And anytime you need me for anything, if ever, I'm always going to be there, brother. 100%.
Oh yeah, I know.
So, the same goes for you, Morty. Thank you for jumping in here. I knew you weren't feeling good, so I appreciate you were welcome to jump up here at any time. I just didn't think you'd feel like jumping up here and talking. So thank you for being here.
I was gonna point it out at one point. I think she said at one point, like, if you want me to jump up, I'll jump up.
I didn't even see it. I was too busy wrapped up in talking about the stuff, and I'm kind of sad that I didn't, because I'd have loved to have heard her. Actually, if you want to jump up here and say hi and bye, Morty, you're more than welcome. I would love it. I haven't heard your voice in a while.
She says, yeah, I'm gonna have to go real quick because
it's all right. There's a link, Morticia, if you want to jump up real quick and say hi.
I don't want to get a tongue lashing.
I bet she wants to give you one too. Next time. Okay.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Next time.
Yeah, it's fine. I understand. Like I said, she wasn't feeling well, guys, and I just didn't want to put any kind of pressure on her for that. But Morty, you have no idea how appreciative I am of you jumping in here, and Pookie and Lazy. I love you, brother. All of you guys, you don't know. So thank you guys again for everything. Everybody in the chat, you guys know I love you to death. That's it, guys. It's gonna do it. Like I said, if anybody has any other questions or anything that they think I need to address, please bring it to me, and I promise you I will. Thank you, Morty. I appreciate that. Yes, you guys are my family too. You really are. You're the extended family that we don't see very often from this community, so it never gonna go away. Any of it ever. So
yeah, we're the weird cousins that don't get invited to any of the family.
Yeah. The Queen, the Popper, the Pookie, and the Bowser. And of course we can't forget Mr. Lazy over here. That's everything but lazy. God, that kid. Always. If I can ever explain who Lazy is, you guys, everybody in here that knows who Eddie is, that is who Lazy is. I could ask a question at any given time. Lazy had an answer for it, just like that. I don't know how he did it. He still probably does it, but it was there. He had an answer to everything at any given time. It was crazy. And Eddie's the same way. So, backwoods. I wouldn't say all that, Morty. Yes, ma'am. We are all family. If any of you guys ever need us, you know where to find us or how to get. Yes, that goes for anybody in here. I can reach out to people like that. So there's certain things that they're very good at, and if you need them, just let me know, and I will get them for you with no problem. Again, thank you for those of you guys that subscribe to Morticia too. You too, Morty. Morty, have a good night. I hope you feel better. I really do. Keep in touch, please. And I hope to see you in here often. Lazy, you too, brother. You're always welcome. You know that. Pookie, I think Pookie's gone already, and Bowser, all of you, you guys know you're always welcome here.
Yeah, Bowser wasn't really around very much today. He might have had a long day at work.
And I get it.
And Pookie's off watching the football game.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I got it tomorrow. No, Sunday. The Browns game, the first one.
Guess where I'll be?
Work, where you're always at.
Got it.
Sounds good, Morty. I hope so, hon. I really miss you. Thank you, Bonnie. I'm glad I did too. So, all right, Dan. Again, sir, thank you very much, guys. I think I'm going to bring this to a close. I haven't eaten anything since yesterday in the morning, so I'm kind of hungry. Oh, hey, yay. There we go. Browns fans in the house. Dog pound, yes. I hope so, Morty. I hope so. Jesus. I hope so. Kick it back into full gear. I definitely hope you feel better. Are you sleeping? What time is it? Yeah. Oh, he must be tired today. Okay. So again, Daniel, thank you, sir, for everything. Morticia, everybody in the chat, guys, please, as always, don't forget to love yourselves and love each other, guys. Please don't change a thing about yourselves. Thank you all with everything in me for supporting this channel, myself, for caring, and for being here every day. Stevie, it's great to see you, bud, and I hope you're doing well, as always. And that goes for anybody that came in here. Every one of you guys, thank you so very much. I will talk to you all very soon. Like I said, tomorrow, have a good night, Madison. I will be live probably to cover the paranormal stuff that I didn't do today. So thank you very much. Everybody else, have a great night and God bless. And I will see you soon.
Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye, folks. You guys will get to hear the song that was written for me. I don't think you've heard this yet, Dan. Hold on. It has my name in it.
Oh, somebody make one of them AI songs?
Yes.
Down the shadows, bringing wrongs to right. Digging deep in the data, facts sharp as a knife. With every single story, he's fighting for a life. A voice for the voiceless. He won't stay quiet. Dago's got the fire igniting the fight. True crime revelation shining through the night. With every victim story, he pulls at the strings. A hero in the darkness, hear the truth he brings. From the shadows he rises, streaming loud and clear. Cracking cases, open hearts filled with fear. These channels are beacon in a world gone wrong. He guides us through the chaos, a soldier so strong. The clicks and the lights, they follow his lead. With every new case, he plants a new seed. Sharing their stories, giving hope where it fades. Dago's a warrior through the trials he waves. In a world of silence, he shouts out their names. Dago's got the fire igniting the fight. True crime revelation shining through the night. With every victim story, he pulls at the strings. A hero in the darkness, hear the truth he brings. From the shadows you rise, streaming loud and clear. True crime revelation shining through the night. With every victim story, he pulls at the strings. A hero in the darkness, hear the truth he brings. Dago's got the fire igniting the fight. True crime revelation shining through the night. With every victim story, he pulls at the string.